Hey everybody, welcome to the Pink Riot Comic Show. It's your girl Keisha, aka Hot Havoc, and I am here with my amazingly brilliant, awesome, funny, talented, beautiful, just all around awesome person, Bree. How are you, babe?
You know, how could I not be good after this amazing intro that you always give for me? Y'all, I could be having like the shittiest day, and here comes Keisha gassing me up, and I'm like, you know what? Hell yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
deserve your flowers. You're an awesome person, and just like you remind me to be better and speak up more. So
What?
yeah.
Oh my God. Don't make me cry on Beyonce's internet today. I cannot, I don't have the emotional capacity to do that right now, but I love you. Love you down, girl. Love you down. Yeah, I am grateful to be off work today to celebrate
Say it.
Juneteenth. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. I feel a way about my beige counterparts also having the day off because I'm like, if you can't tell me what the day is, I don't think you should have the day off. I don't know how
Okay,
it's
can I?
everybody, but that's how I
Is
liked
this
it
a
better
safe
when it was
space?
100% is a safe space. I liked it better when it
Okay.
was our holiday and we just all knew we were going to take the day off.
Period. No, wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah.
Because usually I go to the comic book shop on Thursdays, and I
Mhm.
did not go today because I did not want people to say Happy Juneteenth to me.
That
Like, is
part.
that weird? I'm like, yeah.
No,
I'm
it's
like, please
not.
don't. Like, this is. I want it. Like, I'm cool with it when Black people we just recognize it within us, but I feel like, and it's not everybody, but there's
Yeah.
enough to make me go, y'all don't know how to
You
act.
know
Y'all don't know
what?
what this is.
Exactly. Exactly. It makes me think of when they first started like recognizing it as a national holiday and people had like the, red, green and black decorations and shit like that and I'm just like I
Like,
get
do
the
you
energy,
know?
but like, do you even know? She doesn't even go here. That's the energy. She doesn't even go here. Like, I'm just like, ugh. And like the fact that so where I work, I'm not gonna say that on Beyonce's internet because whoo child, but
Mhm.
where I work
Period.
has recently been acquired by a larger entity. Okay. And the way that
Mhm.
it's set up, because I work in healthcare, half is like like strictly employees of that entity now, and the other half of us
Mhm.
are still considered like under the healthcare aspect of it, like umbrella. And so the people who are strictly even though some of these people were under the healthcare umbrella before, when it was
Mhm.
acquired, they got pushed over to the other side. So those half of the people do not have today off because that entity does not recognize it. Those of us
Mm.
who are still under the healthcare side of the umbrella do have today off. So it was very weird having to like in a meeting be like asking my beige boss, hey, just wanting to make sure that it's clear that we have tomorrow off. It's showing up on my calendar as this way, but after what we heard in that other meeting, I just want to make doubly sure because I don't want it to be.
Mhm.
I didn't want a situation where it was like that nigga didn't even show up to work today, and it's like, no, we have the day, and my boss had no idea. She
Oh.
literally, oh well, what's the holiday? I was like, it's Juneteenth, and she just
Oh.
goes,
See,
oh
that's
well, isn't that nice? I was like, it sure is, and I left it at
and I
that.
think that's why yeah, I feel
Yeah,
that's why I feel like I don't want anybody to say anything because it's like you what
yeah.
else are you going to say to me that's gonna make me feel comfortable in this
Yeah,
moment?
nothing. Not a thing.
Not
And
not not
I
not that.
didn't say anything further. I didn't because I was like, I was doing everything I could to just let that rock so I can just take my
Uh-huh.
day off and go about my way. Cause I was just like, oh wow. I feel like I would have tried to at least play it off. You know what I'm saying? Like the fact that there
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
no is crazy. But yeah,
Nothing.
I but yeah. I'm enjoying my day off and being grateful for it, despite my feelings around everybody having the day off.
I hear you. Oh, yo, our chat like blowing up. Hey, y'all. I say y'all.
Period. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me get together now that I'm done ranting. LT says, "Love how Keisha does the intro and Bree does the outro." I love how you picked up on that. You locked in, and we love you for it. Period. LT said, "Joyous Juneteenth." You know what? I love that.
I love that. Joyous.
You know, bitch loves a good
Joyous
alliteration.
Juneteenth.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Yes.
Okay, Dwayne the Geek
Happy
says, "Hello, happy
Juneteenth, y'all.
Juneteenth.
Yes.
Happy Juneteenth."
This is beautiful.
Amazingly organized bookshelf vixen. Thank you.
That's gorgeous.
Thank you. The way that we had to recover after the bookshelf collapsed because I had my acrylic graphic novel drawers, too many of them on one shelf. We're back now. You guys hadn't seen this for a while for a reason. So I appreciate you.
But it looks good. I love
you.
the ombre of the rainbow. For those who are listening on the podcast and you can't see, behind Bray is like this ombre of rainbow edges, like book edges. Yeah, special editions, and it is gorgeous.
I'll go all the way to the ceiling. I'm actually really proud.
Damn, I didn't know how tall that was.
Yeah. There's like two more
shelves. You need one of those, the tracks. I know it's just the two shelves, but come on, like we can get the tracks with the ladder.
They go to the corner goes to the shelf, the ceiling too. But like I don't feel like it's enough for a sliding ladder, but I do have a really cute pink like fold out ladder because I actually can't reach those things without it. But thank you guys. That makes me feel so much better for spending a ridiculous amount of time trying to make it look like that. And even more ridiculous for being like, oh, I don't know if I like it, so I'm probably going to change it around again. But that's neither here nor there.
No, that looks good. Yeah.
LT said, if they had an ancestor that fought in the Union Army, I'm cool with it. Okay. But I feel like
I don't know.
You do better. You do better. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I feel because I live in Massachusetts and they are still like, I personally can't tell the difference between Massachusetts and a southern state right now. I quite don't care. I quite don't care.
I don't care. It's crazy, but actually, yeah. Okay.
Like to me, it's still kind of suspicious out here. So
that's weird. That's suspicious.
That's suspicious. Exactly.
Right. Okay, DBuzo701 says palm colored has been my favorite descriptor as of late. You know what?
Yes.
I have mine too, and they get more outlandish the more upset I am. But for now, I'll just be, palm size is very
8.5 by 11s. 8.5 by 11s.
Not sheet of paper is crazy, Keisha. I say my favorite to say is beige. Because like you know what I mean? There's like a million ways that somebody could be black, and none of them is like actually black the color, but that's what they call us. So I like to say beige, and that's my baseline is to say beige. I mean, no disrespect. That's just usually the color that they are, and then they get more ridiculous, and I pronounce the H more heavily the further aggravated.
I was just about to say that. See, I say white. You gotta
white and cool flip. And H to things that don't matter, like mayo, mayonnaise. Yeah. Top tier. LT says top tier.
Your shelves. Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much, guys.
We have folks on Instagram. Lars Plays Games.
Yeah, we're back on Instagram, y'all.
Yes,
one time for Keisha because the troubleshooting that occurred to make sure that everybody could be rocking with us on all of our streaming platforms. One time for her. It's crazy.
Yes. But Lars Plays Games says Bree's bookshelves is so dreamy. Yeah.
Oh, hey, Larissa. Hey, boo. Y'all go share some belated birthday love to Larissa. She's a sweetheart.
Oh, happy belated. And Black Comics Universe was in the building too. I'm not sure if he's still there. Let me know
What
if
up?
you are.
Ayo, what up? Oh my
What's
God,
up?
LT said pernicious pinks. Now, see, what we won't do is refer to them as pink because I love pink.
Oh, he wasn't. Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought he was talking about us. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Yeah. For that reason, you can't use pinks.
oh no, we don't use that. We don't use pink as a derogatory anything around here. Okay, but we love you nonetheless.
Hold on. Lars Plays Games says XOXO. Love you so much, Bree. Thank you.
Yes, you guys, she's such a doll. She had her birthday party. And that was the day of the No Kings marches. And she literally like sent out information to all of the people who were invited, like, in case you guys wanted to get your boots on the ground, we're going to protest before we pull up for the function. And I was like, come through, ally.
Hey, yes. Yes.
Yeah, we love to see it.
Yes. That's what you do. Yes.
Exactly. LT said, you right. See, we knew. LT, you locked in. We already know you on the right page, period. But yes, so Juneteenth, all of the vibes. The way that I went rustling through my short boxes so that I could find the one. Okay, y'all tell me if I'm wrong, please. I hope that somebody can prove me wrong so I can go search and find this. But I was like, do I have any Juneteenth variants? Do y'all know that out of all of the comics, I literally only have one Juneteenth specific variant? And I searched to see if there are others to have, and there are none to be found. They're at least not categorized as such. But I did find the correct short box, and we have it on deck. Yeah. I was like, look at me.
Bring it up.
Period. So I'm gonna come up with a cute little, like, how we have our segments where it's like variant vixen vibes, because y'all know a bitch loves some alliteration, but where we just pop out with a cool variant. So this, in honor of Juneteenth, we have a Bitterroot issue 14.
Yes.
Variant. And she's got the Juneteenth flag on deck.
That is awesome. And of course, it would be Bitterroot to have it.
Of course. And I love that it's a little girl and she's wearing her pink. So she's ready to start a pink riot with her Juneteenth flag. She looks like she's with the shits. And I'm here for it.
Oh, I love that.
Right? It's a vibe.
Oh, now I kind of want to hunt it down, but that seems really hard.
So yeah, I have this. And then I was like, these aren't Juneteenth specific, but since I was like already rifling through my Bitterroot stuff, I have some other like black as hell referenced Bitterroot. So I have Bitterroot 9.
Oh, that's dope.
Right?
That is dope.
Bitterroot 10.
Yes. You know what? I wish I would have been able to pull, I don't collect variants like that, so I don't have all of that. But I do have a friend. I think, forgive me if I say his name wrong. I'm gonna probably put it in the description of a reel. But like on TikTok, his name is like Jalil. He loves Wonder Woman, has like a lot of her stuff, but he also collects certain very black variants, and he has this set of hip hop variants.
Yeah.
That just, they go so hard. They're fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I wish.
A lot of, so they had a whole series of those. This was well before I started collecting. And I have the hardcover book that compiles all of the hip hop covers.
Yeah, he has the floppies.
But I don't have the, that was well before I started collecting comics. That's one of those things where when you come in new, you're either gonna drop the coins or just take the L to like fill those gaps.
Taking the L easy.
Yeah.
It's nice to
I
look
was
at.
like, I got the art because I copped they did a really nice hardcover bind up of all of those hip hop covers, but like trying to track them down. Luckily, I did get the Moon Girl one, but in terms of
That's
those other
it.
ones. Yeah, I don't know. And that was just lucky that it was included as an extra when I bought the Moon Girl lots that made up my set. Because otherwise, yeah,
Yeah.
trying to. I don't think they knew what they had, because if I had bought it separately, it would have been more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel bad when people sell their stuff and they don't know what they have, but also like very happy that you feel
Yeah.
like you
I
stole
didn't
something.
feel bad because like they still like carried
Oh, they
me up
got you.
with that. Well, they didn't get me. I think it was very reasonably priced. I think they were
Mhm.
just like, it literally said in the description, I hope that a true collector who will love these more than me gets it. So I think they're like,
Okay.
on some real stuff, like, if you rock with Moon Girl, I want you to have it. So I felt like I didn't
Yeah.
get over on them. They just knew like this isn't for me anymore. And they literally said, I hope a collector gets it. So I think that's why they probably just threw in some bonuses. You know what I mean?
That's what's up. I'm
Period.
still
Hey,
trying to put
Sheena.
mine.
You
Hey,
trying to
hey,
do
Sheena. I said I'm still trying to piece together my Moon Girl collection. I
Yes.
think, hold on. I'm only missing a handful.
I was gonna say there needs
Um,
to be, I'm gonna need you to like go to your CLZ, look at your gaps you're missing, and
That's what I'm
send
looking at.
out of it so that I could help you out, because once I'm on the hunt, that's it. Like I
That's
think
what I'm looking at right now. But
I
I'm having fun
yeah. Oh, okay. Well,
finding.
then I'll leave you to it. But I will say I think my Moon Girl collection is as
Mhm.
complete as it's going to get, because the ones that I'm missing, it's like $200 and higher per issue that I'm missing, because they're like very
There's a couple of keys
very limited
in that
variants.
run.
Yeah. Some of the variants are like, I don't even know why they're like valued that high, because it's not like they were like second or third printings or anything like that. They're just harder to come by, I guess. And people know those ones. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Yep. Yep. I know
Yeah.
for a fact there's some that are gonna be difficult to find because I know one of them is like the Punisher's niece. Is the first time she appears in that like
Mhm.
ever in the
Yeah.
NCU. Like there's a couple of like key issues in there that are difficult.
That's one thing I love about
Oh.
CLZ, because it definitely shows you when it's a key that are
Mhm.
like marked. I haven't seen that it shows you why, but it does show you if it's a key or not. Dwayne the Geek said that's an awesome cover. I'm assuming you're talking about the Juneteenth one. It's just everything.
Yeah.
So, and I did not have that cover. I If you can, join as many like comic book collector communities as you can stand, because
Mhm.
if you're like genuine about your collecting in that space, there are so many people who will really be on some like give and take, or they'll be like, "Oh, which ones are you missing?" And, "Oh, let me know your address, cuz I think I have that. I can send it to you. I have a duplicate or whatever." That Juneteenth issue, along with the other two variants I shared,
Mhm.
were all comics that I got blessed with when I was trying to find the gaps for my Far Sector run. And he literally was just like, "Oh, you like Bitterroot too?" I was like, "Yeah, but I'm so new collecting. I know I'm not going to be able to get those because, I kind of missed the wave." And he literally just sent me the dupes that he had.
Period. I need
Right.
that. I need to
Yeah.
I need
Like,
that. I need
join as many comic communities as you can, because most of us
yeah.
aren't trying to like screw people over. Most people are just like, wow, you're passionate about
You love
collecting, so
it.
am I, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Just seeing in the chat, Sheena. I know Sheena's been trying to collect issues of Saga
Yeah, I
for
see
a
that.
little bit over a year now, right? And I
Period,
remember
Sheena.
her talking about how she what happened? She went to, I think, like, let me know if I'm right, Sheena. Like you went somewhere. You went to either not a flea market, but you went to like a comic sale or something. And, like you found a bunch of issues.
Nice.
Finesse saying I just added issues of Saga. came up on issues 2, 3, 4, and 43 recently. That is so dope.
Yeah.
That is so dope. That is so dope. Like, shout out to everybody just trying to fill holes.
Yeah. Because it's
Trying to
more
fill
than an.
holes in the collection.
And like I said, some people are very community about it. Some people are like, oh, let me look up the going rate and get as much as I can for it, which is like, I can't knock
Yeah.
anybody's hustle, but it's also just kind of like, sometimes that takes some of the like juicy fun out of it to like really be like,
Yeah.
I really thought I was about to like plug these holes and have a full Moon Girl set. And then I saw that $249 for one issue unslabbed. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I could do that. I don't know.
That's just like that Riri variant. I'll probably never get. What was it? 2,700? 2,500?
Yeah.
It was over $2,000. And
Yeah.
I probably never get it. It's
It's
probably the
crazy.
one comic, the one variant I want.
What I won't do is say never. But what I will do is say I'm not much, because we're
True.
staying Delulu.
True.
And the way that we like love on our community and like give back,
Mm-hmm.
I have no better sense than to believe that the things that we are seeking or that we've like purposed in our hearts are going to come through. It just may not come the way that we think of. So that's why I want to encourage
This
you
is
not
true.
to say never, because you know, we might come across somebody who like we can fill a gap for them, and the Moon Girl doesn't mean as much to them, or the Riri doesn't mean as much to them as whatever gap we were
This
able
is
to fill. You know
true.
what I'm saying? So
This is true. Yeah.
I
You're
just
right.
know I can't pay $250 for a single issue. Where
Period.
yet my pockets aren't there
Period.
yet.
Not yet. Not yet. Not yet.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
yet.
Dwayne said, to think that I had the first 10 issues of Saga in my collection with a sad face. Oh no, what you do, Dwayne?
You got rid of them?
Oh no, a moment of silence for Dwayne. For Dwayne's collection. Sheena said, you have any slabs? I don't. That is one area where Keisha definitely has me beat, because I have not crossed over into the realm of the slabs just yet, because I just there
Yeah.
part of this is like who introduces you to their style of collecting first and kind of puts
Mm-hmm.
that influence, because I know some people who are like, oh, you got to do this, you got to do that, and then some people who like, I feel like, the shout out to the fam at Cape and Cow, because obviously they've fostered my love of comics and have been rocking with me from the beginning, but they very much have a collect however makes you happy type of approach to things. And if I ask questions about like my collecting style in terms of value, they're like, are you trying to resell it later, or are you collecting it for your collection? Because if you're collecting it for your collection, it's collect however you want to collect. But
Yeah.
if you're collecting to resell, yeah, potentially you could get more money if your comic is slabbed. Just know that if you haven't bought it already slabbed, you're going to have to pay for the process to ship it there and wait for the time, and then deal with the lottery of however they decide to grade your comic, and then wait for it to get shipped back.
And they very rarely give 10s. Like, they take off for so much stuff.
Never seen it. I've never seen anything higher than a 9.8.
Yeah, me either. I have one slab that, while I don't regret buying it, I wish I don't know, I realize I don't put that much into the grading of it, because I'm like, at the end of the day, it's in the slab. You can't tell shit anyway, and I'm not gonna resell it. So like, I could have just gotten a lower slab and it would have been cheaper. So I have one slab. It's on my wall. Yeah, you can see it there. It is an excellence #1, and it is signed by all of the creators, and it is a one-stop shop variant. And I got it to 9.8 graded, and I got it for what, 169. But They have the same exact one with the same exact signatures and is graded at a 9.6. Bree, how much is it? The 9.61 that's currently sitting in the shop. Please guess. Guess how much it
Like
is.
50, just because your shop be having crazy deals and stuff.
It is
like
$40. It is $40. I'm
Jeez.
pissed. Ever since I saw it, I've just been like, but I've kind of wanted to buy it and just have it here
I was
just to
gonna
say,
see how much you could sell your
yeah,
9.8 for, and then just get the 9.6 for your own personal. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Because then you can re-up.
that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, hold on.
But
oh wait.
hey, all Nerd Entertainment.
Hey, all Nerd Entertainment. Happy Juneteenth. Dwayne said, I lost them and many more moving. Oh, sad day.
Yeah.
Did you have movers or was it just you moving? Because I was going to say, most of the time, if you like order movers and something comes up missing, there should be like insurance coverage for whatever is missing. Tina said, oh no. Yeah, that's my reaction exactly. Let's see. Dwayne said, these past 2 years, I've been collecting back a lot of my 80s and 90s favorites and then moving to 2000s. Okay.
That's
going through the process to re-up your collection. We love to see it.
Yeah.
Okay, Sheena says, I was thinking about getting Saga 1 slabbed, but I'm thinking I'm okay without it. Again, whatever is feel good for you in your collection.
Yeah, like I have no desire. What is the one that I just got recently? What did I just get? Oh man, I can't remember. Hold on. Let me go find it. Hold on 1 second.
Are you talking about the Action Comics or the Lion Man?
I got it. Hold on.
What up, Bama the Blerd?
What's up? What's up? What's up? So I got Brother Voodoo #1.
Oh, Brother Voodoo.
But,
okay.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna get it slabbed. I'm not gonna go through that process.
One of those, it is. Hold that up again. Is that one of those clear boarded? It's like bagged and boarded, but the board is clear. Listen, I just got the the Bitterroot Peach Momoko con exclusive for issue 2, and it came like that. And the way that I love it down is like, how much are these clear plastic boards?
Yeah.
And is that
I
better
feel like
for
I can
your
do
book
anything with this.
They are so sexy. Is that just me, y'all?
They are.
Like, I'm almost afraid to look
like
at
you can film with it.
No way. I feel like there's no way it's less expensive than the cardboard.
No, it's more expensive. It's easily more expensive because this only holds one, and this one, it's still bagged and board inside of it. But like,
oh, okay, wait. So that what you're holding is totally different. What I'm talking, the way yours is like a harder plastic that has the bag and board inside it. Okay.
Yep.
What I'm talking about, I wish I had it close by me. What I'm talking about is it has a regular bag on it, but instead of it having like the white cardboard board, it's a plastic board.
Oh, that's cool.
So that I can see the back also.
Yeah, that's smart, especially when you like have to go back and like look at the what is it called? The thing on the back to scan it.
Yeah, the SKU.
That's smart. That's smart.
And listen, but it's so sexy looking though, and I'm just like,
that'll probably cost a penny.
All right, we're just gonna look it up.
You'd only have to do it for like certain stuff, like
I wouldn't do it for everything, especially if it's more.
No.
If it's more expensive, I definitely wouldn't do it for everything. But man,
it looks. But I like this one. It's like I don't have to worry about anything happening to this. Like this is solid in here. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get anything else slabbed. The only thing, like my side chick, and let me be nice, I'm gonna be very, very, very nice because it's Juneteenth and this is the only gift I can give. So
I know
like I
you're
said,
not. I just know
my
you're not.
I'll be nice. My side chick spot, right? They have so many things slabbed, and because they have a franchise of like 3 things, they always have stuff. When I say they have a crate of slabbed, signed comics, it's just sitting there for $20 and $40. It's insane. Um, but they are called it's like the Geek Boutique out in Clinton, Massachusetts.
Y'all,
Just
the
I
way
know
that Keisha has kept
I'm
that
being
under her
generous.
hat the entirety of the time we've been doing Pink Riot, and she just shared it with y'all for Juneteenth is crazy right now.
Yeah, I'm
Absolutely
being
crazy.
nice. I'm
Okay, hold on.
spreading the love. Spreading the
Okay,
love.
Dwayne said, it's okay. I've lost way more things before, and the loss hurts less now. Oh, Dwayne, we're giving you virtual hugs.
Well, we sent you more stuff because you were a winner. So hopefully,
100%. Oh
yeah.
my gosh. I wish I had Saga issues to send you, but I don't. He also says
Yeah.
there's a company that sells something similar like slabs. If I remember the name, I'll send the link. Period. Always looking out. And Sheena
Yeah.
says, I think they have top loaders that come in different colors. I'll show you because they have pink breed. Yeah.
Oh,
Keisha
nice.
sent me, I love you forever, Sheena. You're amazing. Keisha sent me something similar to that, and I was like, oh, because they look so freaking cute. Because the rest of it is clear and it has like a hot pink outline. And I just need you to know that if I even had any wall space, my favorite keys would get that blue light filter insert, and I would just have a whole wall of my favorite issues in those pink frames. That would be
I
hella
like
cute.
that. Yeah.
Okay. Bama the Blerd says slab. Okay, so is it terribly difficult for you to take that off your wall to show?
No, actually, it's fairly easy. And if y'all see my butt, mind your damn business.
Or turn the camera off, you goober. Not her scooting.
I'm already here.
There's no hiding that thing. Hey, Resident 76, what's up?
Okay. So this is a slab. Basically, this slab, thank you. Okay, so how can I explain a slab? A slab is basically the comic is in this plastic. I don't think you can take it out. There's no way I can see it being taken out of here. So it is permanently, huh?
I said not in putting it back, no.
Yeah. And I wouldn't. So basically what happens is if you want something slabbed, right, you want it graded. People do it for a bunch of different reasons. Some people do it intentionally to sell, to insure it, to, see what kind of profit they can make. But you have you send it off to get it graded. They're like my side chick comic shop, they grade things a lot. Like they are a registered place where you can get things graded. And so that's why they always have slabs at that spot. But you have 2 kinds of grading. You have the signature series, which is signatures, obviously, they're signed. And then you have the regular ones, and that is usually blue up here at this top part. You have them graded. You very rarely see it go up to a 10, which is the highest. The lowest I've seen is a 5, but it was still worth like $600 because it was 1 page of like Superman #1 or like really old comics, and there's only like 1 page of it. But like usually it'll say like PG, like I have a sticker of PG or something. So yeah, this one is my only slab. It's excellent, signed by everybody, and this was signed in 2019. So yeah.
Bama said, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Sheena said, I want to see the butt.
I'm not wearing the proper shorts or undergarments for that to be on camera.
That thing is
Just
singing.
letting y'all know.
Y'all are gonna have to pull up to the cons, okay?
Yeah.
To see the full cosplay. That's the only way you're gonna see it. Because that's just She don't play about that.
Yeah, I keep it off camera intentionally. Yeah,
Intentionally.
so they got slabs of one page, but like I said, it's usually the much older comics, like the early Superman comics, or like I saw one page of a Disney comic from like the 40s. So it really depends. It really depends. And white people have like spent their money on quite a bit of things. Like I am flabbergasted by the amount of money that are on some of these slabs.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's half a page. What are we doing?
I can't even think of the name of the page, but one of the pages that I follow on IG, they like showcase, and because they pull up at cons and they're selling their like very rare comics or whatever, and they always do a thing where they go around to the different booths and they say, what's your most expensive comic? And the way that, what's your most expensive comic and what's the most expensive comic you've sold this con? The way that people are dropping tens of thousands of dollars on a single comic is crazy work. Like,
I genuinely wish I had one that I could give away and be like, I don't care. Let me sell this for a few grand.
right.
But I think because I sell mostly, well, no, I feel like in the Black comics community, I wouldn't want to sell like that. Like I don't think if I would ever sell like that to the Black community, because I know that my comic book collection would only be interesting to people who collect Black comics. I wouldn't want to sell for like tens of thousands of dollars like that, but like it's wild seeing just how much they're willing to put down for some comics. That's
Sheena said, yeah, Bama, it can get crazy with the prices. They're starting to get into grading manga now, like Shonen Magazine. Oh gosh, I can only
no. There's so
now.
many volumes. Yeah, absolutely not. There's so many volumes. No,
Yeah.
no. Thank you. Sorry, hubby just walked in.
Come on, Black love. Period. But yeah, it can definitely get crazy with the grading and all of that type of stuff. Bama said, oh goodness.
Oh, Sheena says Justin owns a Giant X-Men #1, and I know that was thousands of dollars. Oh my goodness.
Ooh, see, that's a whole nother level of collecting right there. So
yeah, I'm out.
Rachel said, I just buy trades and bussies. Period.
Exactly.
Bussies.
Exactly. That's all we got for you.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Twisted Little Maker. What's up?
Whether on Kickstarter or on really life, what? Whether in Kickstarter
or in real life,
I'm always willing to spend a bit more on Black comics. Period. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, like, don't get us wrong. We're not shading anybody who has pockets.
No, not at all.
On those type of comics.
I wouldn't want to do that to my community.
Yeah, facts.
I just wouldn't want to like sell like that to my community, because I know that if I'm selling it to another Black comic collector, I know that it's going to a good home. I know like they're gonna respect it, take care of it. They understand the importance of the issue. So like, and that's just me in general. I don't like I don't like
that's
doing
part
that to
of
people.
Like truly valuing your community by not wanting to screw them over. There's a difference.
Yeah.
Bama said, imagine some graded One Piece manga. Yeah, that's where them grading manga is gonna go like absolutely insane.
Right. Couldn't do it. I'm sorry. I feel like
for those,
my comic collecting is already too much. Like,
yeah, we're already dropping. Listen, that's why we got this Patreon, because these comics ain't gonna pay for themselves, and these cons ain't gonna pay for themselves. We're already spending too much money, so we're trying to get some back.
Oh my goodness. Speaking of that, I went to the comic. Oh man, I left it in my bedroom too. Went to the library this week because I said I didn't want to. I couldn't go to my comic book shop today because of
Mhm.
Juneteenth. Went to the library and I got the Christopher Priest volume 1 of Black Panther.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
no, not that face. Wait. This is a whole other. Wait. This is a whole other thing. Okay, so y'all. Okay, before we jump into this Black Panther conversation, I have to also say, since we were on the topic of hella expensive people charging out the wazoo, I need y'all to know that I've seen in another one of the comic groups that I'm in, they were showing screenshots of the Marvel Knights Black Panther issue with
Mhm.
Katema, the potential white Black Panther or Black
Yeah.
Panther's son.
Mhm.
That single issue, the one that was a black and white, one per store, ask
Yeah.
me how much people were selling that issue for.
100,
300.
500. No. No. No.
Like,
Absolutely not. No.
why is it that?
No.
Because, like, even if you bought the one off per store, I feel
No.
like the most people paid for it was like $40.
No. No. No.
So
Mm-mm.
what
No.
happened where everybody just decided we can gas this up and people were paying that, and they had it, this is not how much
Because
they posted it for. It had already sold for that much.
I think because of what happened, right? We all, well, most of us, some of us, me, got in our feelings about
Most of us, some of us, me.
so- got into our feelings about that issue,
Mm-hmm.
and it did what it needed to do, which was cause this big commotion.
Cause a ruckus.
And yeah, and people are trying to capitalize off of it.
Yeah, and they are.
And
And they are, because
yeah,
$300 for a $40
insane.
book
But a
within
white
2
man,
weeks of its sale is
yeah,
crazy.
no, they got that. They got
Absolutely
all of that.
insane. And
No.
the crazy part is it spiked for that first week, and now it's right back to normal. Can you
Because
imagine
people know.
being on
I'd
a
be
bandwagon
pissed
so hard that you drop $300 on a $40 book, and then the next week it's $25?
because you'll never get that money back.
You won't.
You'll never
You
get that
just
money.
took that L trying to be a pick me. That's what you did. So yeah, I just had to
I
get that
hope
off
they
my chest,
enjoy Christopher
because
Priest and his
when
writing.
I tell you, I laughed from a healthy place when I seen that, because I was like, ain't no way. So I immediately hopped, skipped, and jumped over to Google to see what it was going for, and it was back at $25.
No, absolutely
I'm
not.
like, what is
No.
going on? And I feel like it will be even less important after we see what happens in the further issues.
Mm-hmm. I won't be
So
collecting those further issues.
I
I'm
know, I
waiting for
know.
the trade. Yep, trade
I
for me, but
I'm still collecting the issues, and I'm just getting the more storm-centric ones, obviously, because that's how I collect any Black Panther issues, honestly. Yes, Bama, $300.
300.
He said, "I can't believe
They.
Marvel took a meme and made it real. Big facts, but we won't hash this conversation up because it's very sensitive. Me and Keisha were very much on opposite ends of the spectrum of emotion,
I'm
and it's
better now. I'm better now because, like I said, I'm going to read the first volume of Priest Run of Black Panther because it just doesn't make sense to me, and I need it to make sense. And I've
yeah.
been thinking about it for a while, so I'm like, all right, that means I need to read this and really figure it out for myself. So I'm not going to read the new run. I'm going to finish the old run. I'm going to reserve all of my feelings
Mhm.
for the very end.
Okay, I love that
And
for you. You guys,
yeah,
don't worry.
I'm
Pink Riot still has you covered on the hot coverage because I will still be collecting the single issues. And then we'll have a bigger conversation about it and Priest's writing and previous works once the run is done, because we both talked about this a little bit. I have read the Ta-Nehisi Coates run of Black Panther and some of the Hudlin run, but I haven't read the Priest run. I just know what he's known for. So that's why it's like, okay, I love that because fun fact, guys, sad times indeed, because I shed a thug tear when we lost Chadwick Boseman. But one small balm that came from that experience was that Marvel, this is how long ago this was because Comixology was still a thing, but Marvel, in honor of Chadwick Boseman's passing, made every single Black Panther or Black Panther related comic issue available to Comixology subscribers for free. And I need y'all to know that I literally went down the list and added every single last one of them shits to my Comixology that day. So I have every single Black Panther issue that was released and Shuri and Wakanda issue that was released up till that date in my Comixology on my Kindle. So it's a vibe. So we have all of that. So it's like, all right, Keisha's telling me to lock in. So now I'm like, all right, I gotta lock in. I have a little bit of time.
Yeah, you got time.
Have this conversation until this current one is done, but we will definitely be having a broader Black Panther conversation when the time comes.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, Bama says probably room full of blurs might read it. Let's see if we can get Lady Mandalore to read it, because she felt the same way I felt. Like, maybe let's see what happens with our feelings. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. BMD Nerd said, I barely tolerate mainstream floppies. Give me a trade paperback any day. I feel you on that.
Yeah.
We have both kind of, I am not the variant vixen for no reason, so I will never not be a single issues girly. But we've both decided at the top of the year that we were going to be more intentional about our comic book buying. And it has resulted in us doing more first 3 than C's, where we get the first 3 issues of a run that we're more interested in. And if we rock with it, then we'll keep following it. If not, we'll wait for the trade if we're interested in knowing the rest of the story. And I feel like that has been serving both of us really well. And even more now, we're even more selective about which series we're going to even do that for, because it's now like, if I can wait for
things
the trade,
are expensive now.
They're hella expensive for one, and then for two, it's like, is this adding value to my collection as a whole, or do I just want the story? If I just want the story, I could get it on my library, or I can save space and wait and get the trade if I just really like it. So yeah, we agree with you on that one. Rachel said, do they just not understand that it wasn't a limited release? Yeah, I don't. Yeah, the purchasing habits of weirdos on the internet, I'll never be able to fully understand.
And not trying to.
Said, maybe Priest has got something to say. Yeah, that's what
I'm trying to think. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure that out.
It took a while. It took a while for Keisha to like step away from the emotion of it. Understandably so. Part of it is because of the disrespect to Storm, low key, because we're both Storm girlies over here.
Like, but yeah, my thing is like, yeah, it's a lot. Like, I still have my feelings, but I feel
like, I'm allowed to.
Like, if I'm going to be no, I'm saying like I want to be as objective as possible. You know, like when I say I like something, like I do this even with books. Like, I'll be able to say, you know, this is great writing objectively, but this is where it kind of fails in some places. This is where it's really good in some places. And I want to be able to say it with the right amount of context and the right amount of language, you know? So I'm going to do my due diligence. I'm going to do my due diligence. I'm going to do my homework.
Approach any book, any story, any comic from a librarian / historian perspective every time. One of the things that
Absolutely.
I love about her collecting habits and her perspective whenever we have these conversations, because it's not an approach that I take, but it is an approach that I very much respect, because
Yeah.
somebody has to be that voice and that keeper of truth. And I wouldn't trust anybody more with that type of thing than Keisha. So I think she's the right person to have that type of energy for that approach.
Real
Um,
random. Can I tell you what I've been learning?
please
So,
do.
like, okay, so I've been researching, I guess, like cinematography of panels, like camera shots and angles, and like how they um help with storytelling and stuff.
Yeah.
And this is like this might be a self plug, but like on my website, I have been breaking down. I've been starting last week. I've been breaking down comic strips, comic panels, and comic shorts, like just to see how the art helps, propel the dialogue and story
Period.
of, yeah, because I'm like, yo, I want to get better at analyzing the art side of comics. Like, I love the art aesthetically. I could say aesthetically what I like about stuff, but I want to be able to use like the technical terms
Yeah, and to be able
and,
to articulate why you've consumed it
right,
a certain way. Listen, you guys,
right.
the way that this is another thing that I love about the way Keisha just consumes media in general. So if you guys haven't already, check out our live that we did with the creators of Bronze Faces. The way that we were
Yes,
both absolutely fangirling about the the way the storytelling kind of jumped out at you, and the way that even the typography affected how much we enjoyed that story. It was like
yeah,
literally we kikied and geeked out during the live, and then we were talking for like a good 30-45 minutes after the episode was
yeah,
done, because we both of us were just in shock and awe about how big of a difference it was in reading that story, and how it made it like 10 times more enjoyable, and like
absolutely.
not being able to fully put our finger on the exact reasons. So I love that Keisha, as the Blerd library, if you will, really just took that and was like, I need to analyze this and understand it better. And I love
Yes.
that she has all of the energy to do the homework, and then I get to reap the benefits of learning the answer when she figures it out without having to do all of that. So yeah.
Like, I think what inspired me most was like those interviews with Kugler.
Yeah.
And there was like some particular ones where they were able to get into like the technicality of the cinematography. And he
Yeah.
was just like blown away by the questions. And I was
Mhm.
like, yeah, I want to be able to do that one time. Just
Yeah.
like with a comic book artist and writer, I want to be able to like blow their mind and be like, look, like, let's really have this conversation and open things up in ways that you're not like able to do typically. Also, I want to grad school is looking like it's gonna be able to happen pretty soon.
Good.
So like,
Yes.
yeah, I'm like, I've always wanted to go into school to study Black comic studies. So like, I'm a big believer that you got to prepare yourself for whenever it comes. Just be ready, because
Get ready so you don't gotta get ready. Period.
exactly. And learning is something that we should be doing constantly, no matter what. You don't have to be in school. You don't have to be doing anything. If it's something you enjoy, if it's something you love, you take time, 30 minutes out your day, learn a new concept within it, and then use it throughout the week. So, yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Come on, librarian, professor, historian. Okay. Period. Dang.
We trying over here.
I just love you down, girl. I love you down. Okay, wait, we're missing things
Thank
in the
you.
chat. Dwayne said, I got all those back then. I think he's okay. So you copped you got for free all of the Black Panther issues on Comixology. That was a win that day.
Dope.
Like, and
Yeah.
I don't think they promoted it very well. It was just kind of like if you happen to be online and paying attention, you caught it, and like I even shared a post like, even if you're not into comics, they're free right now. Run and go get that. Just sign up and you can have access to it. Because at the time, you didn't have to pay for a Comixology like membership. Yeah, that same day you had to get it that day. Actually, I think it was only available for like 3 or 4 days, but it was there and then it was gone. Yeah, BMD Nerd said RIP Comixology. Listen, the way that I was furious because I thought that when Comixology left that I wasn't going to have access to those books anymore. And Kai and Courtney like did some like quick research and walked me off the ledge. They were like, no, you have to do this, and it should still be available in your Kindle app or whatever. And I was like, whew, because I was hot because that's like so many issues that I thought were just gone. I bought some other ones like the Ironheart. Remember Vita Ayala did that very limited, I think it was only like 2 issues of Ironheart, but it was only available on Comixology at the time. I bought those and I was like, I know they didn't just get rid of all my books, but they're still there, guys.
Okay.
But I was pissing at the time.
The Zon destroyed Comixology. It's
they definitely did.
Yeah.
Okay, this is what you were talking about. Bama said probably Blerd's might read it. Yeah, 100% she did, and she has talked about it a bit. So we'll probably see if we could get Lady Mandalore to pop on, or maybe her and I'm having a brain fart.
Navy.
Her and Navy at the same time. Yeah, because they are a whole riot. They are a hoot and a half. We love to.
They are.
Bama said, yeah, they did storm dirty. They definitely did. And I'm waiting for an explanation. That's all I can say about that. I'm waiting for an explanation. And though we talked about how this is not like main continuity, so it's like an alternate universe situation, I would love to hear, I would love to have a whole dedicated Storm run, like a short run that talks about whatever the heck happened with her. And then that would make it okay to me that they just touched on it and didn't give us any details. And then it just made it okay that she died in this like very plain, regular way.
Yeah, it needs to be explained. It needs to be explained. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Bama said she's an Omega level mutant. That was exactly our argument of like
how that was
she have died.
What is a race war? How does something like this happen? Like
Omega level
Sir Cam, what's up?
Yeah, what up? Sheena says, I'm always in awe of Keisha, as am I. That's why I listen. For y'all, she comes in and she's gassing me up, but really it is actually an honor to be doing this with her every week. Like, you have no idea. And y'all only get like a fraction of the magic on live because we have some crazy conversations offline. Like, you have no idea. And she just, we both have our things and she's always rocking with me and I appreciate her tremendously. Rachel says, I love it. 3 cheers for learning. 100%.
Yes.
She's ever going to be on her learn something new tip.
And I'm an avid believer that everybody needs to learn something every single day, something new. It doesn't matter how big or small, you learn something new every single day.
Period. The more you know.
Every day. Yes. Education is liberation. Come on. Yeah. So I'm not gonna get on my soapbox. That's a whole other
listen, that's the main takeaway on this fine Juneteenth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Education is liberation. Everybody learns something. It doesn't matter if it brings you joy, if it helps you move through the day. Like, yeah. If it helps you, learn it. Be better than you were the day before.
If it helps your community, if it helps someone else, learn it.
Exactly.
Exactly that. Dwayne said race war ... I still hate that. Yeah, you and me both. Yeah. We're just trying to get to a place where it's like, make it make sense. Because if you don't, then I'm going to have the same energy Keisha did when we first talked about this. I'm just trying to let it rock until we know for sure, and then I'll have all of the things to say. But for now, I'm like even if it's not explained at the end of this, but we get one of those like next in this universe or next in Marvel Knights, you see something about, you know, the Storm book, or like because it didn't explain explicitly what type of race war. So if we get like a mutant wars, something like that, that makes more sense.
I say I'm gonna refrain till the
That's
end.
fair.
Because
That's
if I
fair.
think about it too much, we're gonna have a problem.
That's
But
fair.
over on Instagram, we got Dottie, we have Shy, just a little maker. What's up, y'all?
What up?
Yeah, I gotta stay away from that one for a while.
She
Okay.
said,
Yeah, but I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna be as objective as I can,
there you go.
and that's about it.
We're both
All
doing
right,
our part.
Bama. Yeah. Bama said, was it the same attack from Deadpool and Wolverine? There was no reference to what happened to Storm other than a race war. That was literally it. No explanation whatsoever.
Yeah.
And that, I feel, was very egregious. It felt like an intentional egregious act.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna stay away from it.
The
I'm gonna read the other stuff first.
Yeah, that entire issue really said, shock and awe, leave everyone with more questions than answers so that they pick up the next book.
No, that issue said, fuck you. Like, just said, fuck you.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Fuck you. I'm gonna do what I want. I'm getting paid anyway. So like, let's rock. And you're gonna
I'm just here so
and guess what?
Fine.
Yeah, like I'm here. I'm gonna do this. And guess what? You're gonna pay for every issue because I fucked your world up.
I really think it was very much just like, how can I introduce the most WTF shock and awe? I have more questions than I have answers. Make people who don't even rock with comics talk about my comics. How can I achieve that in the first
successful
issue? And was. So that's why I'm just waiting to see how it goes. And another thing too is it's like it is pitched as a limited run. Like we know that that's it.
Yeah.
It's not like it's a main continuity anywhere. So I'm just like, we'll see.
Yeah. But once again, I'm waiting for Imperial Black Panther written by Victor LaValle because I read that Imperial issue #1. Yes! Oh shit!
My gosh, so much going on. And there's so many one shots about different characters branching off after that initial Imperial limited run, and they're touching on.
I gotta read it all.
Yeah.
I'm like,
so I don't know why it's not being pitched as an event, because I guess it's not across other runs, so that's why they're not calling it an event. But to me, it feels like its own event.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, but it's so good. Okay, so have you ever watched any of the animated movies of Marvel and DC? Don't make that face. Okay, they are great.
We both know that I have no control over what my face does. No shade to the animated one. I just have less interest in it.
You gotta watch them. I love animated movies, like specifically the DC ones. It really doesn't matter. I'll watch any of them, but the Marvel ones, that's how I fell in love with Doctor Strange, the animated movie, and then the Planet Hulk movie. I don't know if anybody saw that one. Like, he's on Planet Hulk, so like this Imperial issue reminded me of that, like him being a world breaker and stuff like that. Oh man, I love this issue so much.
It's so good. I'm so glad. that you copped it, because I was like, oh, this looks cool. And then on Flip, I was like, wait a minute. And then I went Googling it. Like,
Yes.
what? Wait, where's this going? What's happening next? And then I seen it was just like, oh, Imperial, 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 Imperial. I was like, oh, say less. We're definitely copying
And
that.
it's
It's
Wakanda going like it's
yeah,
Wakanda doing things. I'm like, oh,
yeah,
oh.
yeah.
I don't quite believe it because I was like, not my Wakanda. Wakanda's not doing this. Wakanda's not like playing these kind of games. But like,
Everybody's
I'm here for it.
those type of games
Yeah,
at this
yeah,
point. Yeah, low key. I
yeah.
mean, I feel the same way about like all of the Ultimates things that are happening right now too, though. Like they're kind of like
Mhm.
testing the boundaries of what we're used to seeing from that. So that's why I feel like a lot of people have slept on this, like the Ultimate Black Panther run that's happening right now. I've been enjoying it. It's an interesting approach. And I feel like it's like walking the fine line of cross canon situations. You know what I'm saying? People
Yeah.
expect a certain thing
Mhm.
from certain characters. And I feel like you can go outside of that to a certain extent as long as you pretty much keep the essence of the characterization the same. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? But they've really just like let that run be its own thing. And I feel like we need more of that. I'll say.
While I did enjoy Imperial, I think maybe if they just like introduced new things and new IPs, we wouldn't have to revamp the same shit. Oh, that's gonna be my biggest issue with my
That's fair.
like we wouldn't have to like revamp the same things over and over and over if like we just like gave new characters, new planet. I
But you
don't
see
know,
what
just give new
they do.
things a chance.
They don't give new characters a chance to thrive, low
They
key,
don't.
because
They
there's
do
like,
not.
dang it, I'm having a brain fart. She was in. There's a character, and it's like a cross between Gambit and Storm, kind of,
Ooh.
and she was in. Was it New Mutants or no, Children of the Atom? That's what it was in. That's what she was in.
Okay.
And she was so cool, and she had like her afro puffs, and she was rocking with that team, and they like gave
Mhm.
us like a little quick limited situation where we got to see all of those characters, and they weren't brand new because they pretty much were like hodgepodges of different characters smushed together.
Mhm.
But I thought that was a
Yeah.
cool idea to like introduce new people, but then they just let it go by the wayside. So it's like you didn't even give those new characters a chance to like evolve or gain a following. You just completely jump to the next thing. Dwayne
Yeah.
said Imperial was so good, but rubbed me wrong with the intergalactic empire of Wakanda being the antagonist for this issue. That's fair.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, that's my Wakanda wouldn't do that, but like I'm willing to hear it out because it was done so well,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And
Um,
sometimes you just have to take that L. Your characters aren't going to always be the best versions of themselves. I think that's a good way to like bring these different events into play where it's like, oh, that's not what they would normally do. And it's like, that's kind of what makes it interesting sometimes.
but once again, like if they created new things, then we wouldn't be having this, like, oh, you have to treat these characters as a particular way or anything like that
Yeah.
because, they're actually they have a long list of
Mm-hmm.
characters that they've already created that they've popped up in like one or two comics, one or two runs that they could be using, right? But instead, they stick with,
The hot
they
ticket
stick,
people who they know
yeah,
are going to sell books. That's what
absolutely.
it is. Yeah. Instead of
Absolutely.
giving the
That's
other
really what it
people.
is.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. Dwayne said he's waiting and that he's behind on Ultimate Black Panther. That's okay. Understandable.
As am
I
I.
completely understand if we're waiting for the trades on that one. Was that Asha? No, her name
Oh,
was something else. Dang it. Um, I have to find
Oh
this
man,
now.
that water went down the wrong pipe.
Mm-mm.
Okay, I'm a little better now. But yeah, I wish they gave more of their characters a chance. You know, they don't cancel them all crazy. Just man, give us longer runs versus the 15 versions of what Wonder Woman, Superman, you know, the top 4.
Yeah.
But yep, hopefully, well, thankfully we have indies. I'm gonna always say that. Thankfully we have indies to give us more. Oh, speaking of that, um, what was I gonna say? Speaking of that,
Gimmick. Get
what?
her name, the character that I was talking about from Children of the Atom is Gimmick, and she's based on
Okay.
Gambit. Yeah,
Gimmick.
Gimmick. She was the only mutant on the team, and she has a different power set than Gambit.
Okay.
But yeah, she
Oh, Carmen Maria Cruz. Got you.
mhm. So it's like
Okay.
that was another character that I loved who
Mm-hmm.
did not get the time to like be developed and liked like that by other people.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Nightshade was another one. Like
Yeah,
she was
there was a bunch of
introduced in,
those. Oh,
yeah,
and that's
Nightshade,
fine because she
Mosaic.
was on the same team.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, who else was on there? Yeah,
There was a
Cyclops,
bunch of them.
Cherub, Marvel Guy, Daycrawler, and Gimmick. We're all on that team from
Yep.
Children of the
They
Atom.
have they have so
Yeah.
many characters, but they won't use them.
Okay, yeah. Dwayne said, "Oh, she was actually the only mutant in that group." Correct. But
That's what's
yeah,
up.
another one where I was like, when she first popped off, I was like, we're collecting all of these Children of the Atom books. I think Vita Ayala was on that too.
Mm-hmm.
There was definitely like
Yeah.
double reasons why I was copying all of those. But I was like, I don't care. I want whatever variant has Gimmick on it because she ate down. The way she was designed was really cute.
Yeah. Man.
Yes. All right. Our question of the week. While
Right,
we
right,
still have
right.
very little bit of time, but um we have our question of the week this week, and it was, what dish would your favorite character bring to the cookout? We all know, like most people, to celebrate Juneteenth, somebody was on the barbecue or y'all had a potluck, the family pulled up, it was a vibe. We seen a little bit of this in the
Captain America issue number
America
1.
issue 1
Yep.
with the Falcon transitioning into being Captain America. They had the barbecue
Mm-hmm.
in celebration of the OG, triple OG, and all of the the black heroes pulled up. Like the American black
That
heroes
part.
pulled up.
That part.
We got to see like Luke Cage on the grill and everybody having their little side conversations and whatever. And it was just a real black as hell moment that we all
It
loved.
was.
Even
Oh
though we
man.
maybe didn't carry that same energy through the rest of the run, that issue hit. Okay. Specifically that panel of everybody outside around the grill type of vibes. It was just very much good energy. It's very much giving what's that? Talk about a variant you're not gonna find. There was a barbershop variant that had all of
Mm.
the girls in it. It very much gave that same energy.
Period.
Same energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind
It
of what
gave
inspired today's
yeah.
question, guys.
Who would your
Hold on.
favorite character bring to the cookout?
What dish would your favorite character bring to the cookout? And so me and Keisha went back and forth about this a little bit because so we already know that Storm would pull up, and I feel like Storm would come through with the ill candied yams. And I'm going to tell you why. Because, yes, she split her time. You know, she has roots here in the US in like, what is it, Brooklyn? And then she also was in Cairo. So, you know, I feel like she has a multi layered palette, and that with a parent from each side, she would know how to cook all the dope dishes from both places. But one thing I know that they cook down in both cultures is a yam. You feel me? I feel like
Okay.
she would be able to beast both versions and would know that if she's pulling up to the Juneteenth function, she's bringing the candied yams. You feel me? If it was like some other, like maybe if we pulled up for the Kwanzaa function, she would bring something else.
This is
That
true.
represents her
She
other
knows how to
side.
code switch.
She knows how to code switch. You're following where I'm going with this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like Storm would probably make some mean, like, fried plantain or whatever, you know, something like that. But she would know to pull up to the Juneteenth function with the candy yams. And I feel like she would be mad cocky about it too. Like, yeah, I had to bring the yams because none of the rest of you were going to bring anything that could compare. Like, I feel like she would be like how I am when I bring my mac and cheese, because my mac and cheese eats down. We got 7 different cheeses rocking in that mac and cheese. Okay.
7.
Ask
my
about your
chest can't
girl.
handle
Okay?
that.
Oh, you would. You may just get a little bit of it because it's very rich.
Okay.
But you'll be like, oh, you did that, Brie. No, listen. When I bring my mac and cheese, there's nothing left. Ain't no leftovers. It's gone. Okay. So I feel like I've earned those bragging rights, and I do talk a little shit. So I just know that Storm would be on her regal shade about anybody else thinking they were going to bring some yams. Because, you know, it's always somebody who's like, you didn't think you were going to bring yams because I'm bringing the yams.
I feel like to get your black card, and yes, we know this is like an imaginary concept, whatever.
Yeah, it's all jokes.
To have like the right to be able to make fried chicken properly or mac and cheese. I feel like if you've mastered that, nobody can say shit to you. Just as a black person, nobody's allowed to say anything to you whatsoever because you mastered something that most.
You would think that the way that I still got shaded like all through college because I hadn't seen a lot of the like traditionally black movies. Because when I tell you my mom did not play, like I think when I was younger, the blackest movie that I seen was Soul Food, and I got sent out of the room for parts. You know what I'm saying? So like when people are like, "Oh, you haven't seen Juice, you haven't seen Boys in the Hood, you haven't seen
I didn't
Jason
see those either growing up.
Movies." I didn't see them until I was an adult.
Yeah, I didn't see those either. So don't feel bad because my parents wasn't like that.
And I don't know
even with Purple Rain. I'm sorry, say that one more time.
I said we listen and we don't judge. I said I don't know how to play spades. And that's that on that. Because the time.
So I gotta teach you. That no, I'll teach you. I
appreciate that. No, because listen, you can't just say that in a non-safe space because people will shit. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Don't know how to play spades. Exactly.
Yeah,
but
I had to like.
If I come into y'all already know I'm a Cali girl, okay? My family played bones, so like dominoes and whatever. I was never taught to play spades. And then when you get in an environment where everybody's grown and playing spades, you better not hop in and try to pair off with somebody and you don't know how to play because they are going to roast you to filth. So while everybody else,
you play with people roasting. No.
listen,
I play with people who are quiet.
Nah,
My
no,
my
that's not a thing.
dad,
That is not a
my
thing.
dad and my aunt, they used to play to like put food on the table. So
Oh,
playing
see,
with
that's
them,
different.
my dad
That's a
is
different idea.
silent and my aunt talks a lot of shit.
See, my mom is the
And me and
complete opposite.
Malik,
No.
I had to teach Malik to be able to play with him so that we could all play together. And me and him were still not as good as my dad and my aunt. But like we
Hold
know
on,
how
put
to
him on.
play and I could hang for the most part. So I gotta teach you because yeah. I feel like you have to know how to play spades. You
That's the
have to
thing.
know
Like,
how to play spades.
if you don't know how to play, and everybody who might be able to teach you is like, nah, you're not finna learn with me because you're not finna make me look bad. You're gonna make us lose.
No. I know because Malik didn't know either. So we gonna do it. I'm gonna make sure you
See?
know.
Hold on, we gotta
At
catch up
least
on
know the
these
basics.
because it's getting real reckless in the comments. I had to plug my laptop in
Yeah,
because y'all.
you getting yelled at.
Oh my god! Hold on,
You
hold on.
getting yelled
I got a
at.
far way to go back to. Hold on.
So we're gonna start with the all caps. You don't know how to play spades, and
Oh
Marcus
gosh, hold
says,
on.
"What the fuck? This is not a safe space for that kind of behavior." No, I'm gonna
Wait,
say it
hold
is.
on. You're hopping in at a weird spot. We missed a lot.
Okay,
Okay.
right here.
Wait, hold on, Keisha. Good morning, Chaos and Comics. We missed that. Okay. We got people
Yes.
popping in. Where are you at where it's morning? But thank you for popping in. We love to see it. Dwayne said Magneto with the challah bread and make sure everything is kosher. You think Magneto's pulling up to the Juneteenth celebration? All right.
Actually, yeah.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah.
I can see
I
that.
can see that. I
Okay,
can
Sir Cam
definitely see that.
says, what traditional Black movies are we talking about? Okay, I named a bunch of them, like Boys in the Hood, Jason's Lyric,
Yeah.
all of those. Like, I think the only one, like Juice, all those, the only ones that I had seen were like Belly and shit like that. You know what I mean? Friday, all of those. But the slightly older ones, I hadn't seen. Y'all talking about
See.
wow, okay, I know. See all this judgment in the chat. Bama, he can't do mac and cheese. That's all right. Wait, is this like a dairy thing? Because I hate that for you.
Shy on Instagram says, I think Magneto will come through. See, yeah. I think he
That's
show
fair.
up.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Sir Cam said, even with Purple Rain. Okay, that I didn't say Purple Rain. Did you say Purple Rain?
No. I said growing up, I watched Rain, but my parents did the same thing your mom did, which like they would like fast forward through certain parts or like skip the whole chapter of the DVD. So like I didn't watch Pink Riot. I mean, not Pink Riot. Purple Rain in full. I know, right? That was a slip. But I didn't I didn't I didn't watch Purple Rain in full until I was like a senior in high school.
Yeah, see, we got sent out the room because our parents loved us.
Very strict.
They didn't play that. Okay, don't know how to play spades. Now we're at the part where you wanted us to start. Mm-hmm. Yes, I said we listen and we don't judge, and I have explained that by the time I was like old enough to even care to learn how to play spades, I was already in college. And the way that I went to an HBCU, Spelman College in Atlanta, Georgia, one time for the fam, the way that those games would go down, it would be people from Spelman, people from Morehouse, and people from Clark, all at like the Atlanta University Center, like little cafe or whatever. Like crazy intense games of spades happening, like talking cash shit to each other. And I would be like, oh no, I don't want that. They were roasting people for making minor mistakes. And then like I would have like house parties or whatever. I was in the kitchen. So it was it never got exposed that I didn't know how to play because I was cooking. So you feel me? Like You get in where you fit in, and this is like one of the first
Nah,
public places where I'm admitting this. But yeah, your girl does not
I
know how to
feel
play.
like I feel like spades, even though I'm nice, I'm one of the nicer teachers. I feel like spades is one of those times where you gotta get clowned to learn how to count your books properly. I feel like
See,
it's just a rite of passage with
and
spades.
and
I'm
I
not gonna
respect.
do it to you. I'm not
Okay,
gonna do it to you, but I feel like you have to at some point go through a few games where someone's ripping you to shreds. This is the only real way you'll learn how to really count books in high stakes situations.
see, no, that, and I was able to ascertain this by watching other people get ripped up and down, and I was like, I don't think I need to have that
Nah,
experience. I'll
you just
just go
gotta
my
do it
whole
with
life
people that
without
you trust.
playing spades. I
You
don't.
gotta do it with people
The
that
way
you know love you.
the way that people in this chat, I thought y'all love me, and y'all are all capsing me right now is crazy. Okay?
Nah.
Chaos Comic said,
See,
I know
oh,
how
twist
I
a
know how
little
to play spades. Okay, just make me feel worse.
right.
Gee.
Twisted
And
Little Maker on Instagram
why are
said,
you
"My
yelling, Marcus?
brother-in-law."
Oh my god, that's crazy. Wait,
Well,
what'd you say,
Twisted
Keisha?
Little Maker, Twisted Little Maker on Instagram says, "My brother-in-law taught me, and he was brutal." Yeah, you gotta go through that at least once or twice.
But
I
that's the
know it
thing,
sounds
I
bad.
don't. I don't. That's the thing. I do not have to go through anything. That's one thing that y'all will learn about me. I am a pretty little princess. You are going to talk to me nice, or you're not going to talk to me at all. Okay? I will
You
not take
say
this
that.
abuse. I will not take this abuse. Absolutely not. Mm-mm.
Um,
That's
I
how
feel
it
like you gotta
is.
do it one time with people that you love and you know they love you.
I don't like that. I don't like it. I don't think y'all understand the way that my mom talks cash shit at any game. Listen, our family will have game night and they'll be like, "Oh, just wait till Candy gets here. Just wait till Candy gets here." And she'll literally bust in the door and be like, "Who's ready to get that ass whooped?" That's how I was
Yeah.
with games.
Yeah.
So when I
I like
tell you,
that
I'm like,
energy.
"Nah, it's cool. I don't need to play. I don't need to play. It's fine. Hold
Like I've
on."
seen the highest level of competition.
Yeah,
It's not that
yeah.
serious.
It's never that serious. Bama said, "Yeah, I don't feel bad. I haven't seen Juice either." Oh, I've seen it now,
Yeah.
but at the time, I hadn't because I had a lot of catching up to do.
Oh, I
Uh,
still haven't. It's fine.
okay, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Dwayne said, "Dominoes is the game here, and I have no idea how to play it properly." So I do know how to play dominoes. Now I can play
Really?
some bones, and we don't play about that. Like, I like to get real ignorant and slam them down on the table and all of that, because you got to be able to go to that level if you're gonna play with the boys. So that I know how to
Hold on.
play.
So you agree with that with dominoes, but spades, you're like
Listen,
absolutely
here's
not.
the thing. I don't disagree with it for spades. I just don't want that energy for me. My uncle gently taught me how to play dominoes. So I didn't have to get grilled to learn it. I was able to learn gently, build up my
Mm-hmm.
skill, and then now talk shit as I'm playing with anybody because I know how to play. But I had to get there, and you had to talk to me nice as I was learning because everyone deserves the space to learn and grow. Okay. But
Okay.
apparently that is
Okay.
like against the law with spades. Like everybody
No,
feels
that's
like,
not what
oh,
I.
you have to agree to be cannon fodder until you're good. And it's like, what? That's crazy to me.
No, what I'm saying, I can teach you how to play, right? And we
But
can do it
you literally
nicely and
wait,
calmly.
we're not
No, no,
gonna
no.
back.
I say no, 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 no. I'm not
Okay.
backtracking. I'm not backtracking. I'm saying like the first few games, I could teach you how to play, right? Teach you
Uh-huh.
everything. I teach you how to play with counting books and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But once you get into games with other people, just know like the only way you really get better is if you go through like 2 or 3 games with someone talking shit or looking at you crazy because you you undercounted or you overcount. Like it's the only way, because
No.
nothing teaches you more. You go, yeah, I got 7 books, and then you could barely make board. Like come on. Like,
No.
it's the only way. I'm sorry.
That's all right. When we go
So
to the
yeah.
cons and they have these situations, I will be your cheerleader, but Brianna will not be playing spades. Okay?
Oh
Period.
no, my only partner is hubby. I'm sorry, I don't play with just anybody.
Y'all see how she just threw me to the dogs just now?
You
Like,
said you're not gonna play. I'll teach you how to play so we could be
we pull up
partners.
to
And
the
like,
con and your husband is not
if
there. You're gonna leave me hanging, Keisha?
no, if I teach you and you're willing to play at a table and deal with the trash
Y'all
talking,
see
then I
how
will
she's
be
trying to
your
gaslight
partner.
me right now? Because she literally just said,
I'm
"Oh, I
not
want
trying
to
to
play
gaslight.
with
I'm
hubby."
saying he's been my space partner for the last 17
Oh my
years.
gosh,
And
this
I
is
can be your space
crazy.
partner at cons. I could be your
Oh
space
my
partner at
gosh,
cons, but you gotta be able to take the shit talking.
it be your own people, y'all. It be your own people. Chaos in Comics says, I didn't know spades was a black thing. I don't know that it's a black thing,
Yeah.
but we've made it our
No.
thing. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure that the game
Yeah.
itself just has whatever origins, but we've made it our thing. I'm saying
Like
our, like,
Uno.
but
Like
yeah,
there's certain
Uno is not a
ooh,
black game, but it's a black game.
right. Like
Yeah.
we taught King how to play Uno like a few years back. So he just started playing Uno at school and he came home and he was like, "Mom, they don't play it right."
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, "Oh baby."
That's how you know we love something, when we make up our own damn rules and you literally have to, if people are like, "Oh yeah, you want to play Uno?" Yeah, I want to play Uno. Now how we
Yeah,
playing?
exactly. I had to
What
then
rules are
teach
we
him. I was
playing
like, "Yo, you got to ask questions." I was like, "You got to ask questions now. Like numbers, color, stacks. What are we doing?"
by? Yeah. Sir Cam says he takes the shit seriously. Okay, Sheena said, I only seen those movies because I grew up in the 80s and was unsupervised a lot. LOL. I'm not proud. LOL. I watched Color Purple, not understanding anything but seeing stuff I shouldn't have. LOL. These are facts. I
Yeah.
had seen Color Purple, but again, it was you're getting sent out the room at parts. So yeah, I didn't
You know
fully
what's
watch.
wild?
What's that?
I got sent out for a lot of movies, right? A lot of black movies. I wasn't allowed to watch certain things. But the way I watched Lifetime movies that I also should not have been watching should be a conversation,
Yeah, that's different.
right?
Mine
Like,
wasn't Lifetime movies, but all of those like daytime soap operas. If I was at
mm-hmm,
grandma's house, she was like,
eating
"What?
it.
If I'm watching it, you're watching it because I'm not turning it off." And at the
Days
time,
of our lives.
it wasn't like you could pause it. So you at my house, you finna watch these stories. Yeah, you at my house, you finna
Yo,
watch these stories.
you gonna watch these stories. Absolutely.
Yeah.
When Big My Stories went on, we was all silent or we
That
was
was it. And we were
outside. We
sat,
could not bother
okay?
her.
We were sat, and it would be so funny because
Set.
it'd be like you asking a question about something, and it's stay out of grown folks' business. But we watching the show together. What are we talking about? We are watching the show together. You put
Could
me in the
not
business.
speak.
Okay, Chaos in Comics says, I know Domino's is a Cuban / Caribbean thing. It's black also. It's black also. We
Oh,
just call it different things, okay? Sir Cam says, we fucks with Domino's too, though. Heavily.
yeah.
Heavily.
Yeah. We have it.
Okay.
I don't know how to play it.
Okay, Chaos in Comics said they
I
watched
watch
Purple Rain on BET or Betamax or
Betamax. Oh, stop that.
what is
Betamax.
Betamax? What is Betamax? Wait, am I supposed to know this? What is Betamax?
No. It's before us.
Oh, okay.
So it's like before VCR. Do you know what a VCR is?
I know what a VCR. Don't play with me, Keisha. Come on. I know what a VCR is, but what is Betamax?
It's a record. Like I said, it's kind of like a VCR.
But
And
what
that's
did it
all I
play?
got.
It's like VCRs play
Oh,
VHSs.
just movie. Yeah.
A Betamax
Yeah.
also played VHSs.
not play VHSs. It was its own thing. It was its own system like thing before
So
VHSs
what
and
was before
VCRs.
VHSs is what I'm saying.
Betamax.
That's the name of whatever you were putting into the device, a Betamax. All right. All right. Sorry guys.
Yeah.
This is the
Hold on, I'm
this
looking
is
it up. Yeah.
news to
Yeah.
me. Help
It
me
was called a
find out.
Betamax.
Okay. All right. Well, you learn something new every day.
See?
Sir Cam said, look at these fools with loving parents, shaking my head. Oh my God. The shade, but I guess for the best reason. That's hilarious. Okay,
You
and
had a
Bama can't.
nurturing provider.
Right. Bama said it's not dairy, I just can't cook mac and cheese. Oh, that's okay. As long as you know your limits. Don't be trying to pull up acting like you got the mac and cheese skills and you don't.
You know what I can do? And I know people are gonna look at me sideways for this. It's like, oh, that's not real like Southern Black cooking. But I can do a Southern meal completely vegan.
You know,
Like,
that is a
all
separate skill set in and of itself, because the way that I would be in trouble if I had to make any of these dishes vegan, because the way that my mom was like, you could use a smoked turkey wing to flavor a lot of stuff. You feel me? Like, that's
you know
the
what that
base
reminds me of?
stuff. What?
That reminds me of the episode of Boondocks. When they were doing, it was like a parody of, what was it? The one where they all come together every Sunday and they eat, and the grandmother died, and soul food. Thank you. So it was a parody of soul food, and they were cooking the vegetables and the meat, and Huey was like, "That's just meat." Like, it's meat flavored vegetables. Like,
but actually though,
because
like,
of that,
they be using like ham hock and whatever, and people would shade me for using smoked turkey wings or smoked turkey legs to flavor everything, but that's like less salt, still big on the flavor. It's still some meat in your greens and cabbage, but it's majority greens and cabbage. Like,
that episode,
someone was like, oh yeah, I'm vegan, you can't, I would be having to figure out a lot of shit real quick because that's just how I was taught to cook a lot of things.
Yeah, I understand. Like, but that episode is the reason why I no longer I stopped putting meat in my stuff, and I had to like figure out how to balance the flavor. Yeah. And then when I went full vegan back in what was it, 2018 or like 2021, I was full vegan. So like even Thanksgivings were completely, it's different. It's very different. I won't go as far to say like I do vegan cheese, like the processed cheese. I think that is an affront to nature. But like, why are you covering your mouth like that?
Because you talked about me for making a face, so I'm trying to just, listen and not judge.
Putting your hand up is literally no better. It is literally no better. Like, I know how to make it both ways. Yeah.
Oh no. I'm like, that'll have to be a whole nother conversation that we have, because I'm just like, baby, like, I feel like I feel like one of those Italian grandmas. Have you seen those videos of that woman where she's like, Nonna, is this vegetarian? She goes, yeah. She was like, well, why is there this meat in there? She's like, it's only a little bit. I prayed to Jesus and he said it was okay. That's how I feel about it. Like, it's a little turkey, it's fine, but because I mean, you gotta put some flavor on it.
Because vegan means just a little bit.
But that's the thing, though. I would never say that anything that I made was vegan, because I'm not putting that much energy into that. If I have, like, I've gone to many places where it's like, okay, I need to be mindful of someone coming's dietary restrictions, but I'm gonna have some meat. Like, I'm gonna make sure they got something for you, But my shit gonna have some.
Oh my goodness. Nah, I because of all the health issues I've had, and for those that don't know, like back in 2023, like I don't know if I was in pain, like daily pain. I lost like 60 pounds. Yeah, and ended up having to get my gallbladder taken out because my gallbladder failed. So like I have to eat super healthy. Like it's not an option for me. So like yeah, like my diet now is more like pescatarian. Every once in a while I'll eat some junk food because like I've gotten a little better with balance with that. But yeah, I have to eat clean. So I can't eat a full soul food meal anymore. Like that's not an option. And
that's
it
so
breaks
like
my heart.
that context is key. Like, you know what I'm saying? This wasn't it's not like she just was like, oh, I don't mess with that. She was like, my body is saying no. But my
Yeah.
body
My body said absolutely no, not anymore. Like Keisha, for high school, you ate a loaf of bread every day, a full loaf. And I had my meals. Like, look, neurodivergent. And this is like a lot of people don't see that online, but like that would be my meal because I would obsess over toast. And so like I feel like I pushed my body so hard that it said, absolutely not, we're done here.
Yeah.
So
Moderation, everything in moderation for sure.
I don't know that word, but sure.
Okay, that says a lot. Okay, hold on. Let's look at these comments again. Hey, Cali Comics. Good evening.
Hey.
I'm not sure what that's about. Sir Cam says you got to learn that white spades is a game. It's not a fucking game.
Wow. Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah.
Wait, Bama, Velveeta shells and cheese is not mac and cheese. It's Velveeta shells and cheese. Okay, just gonna throw that out there.
I used to tear that up in high school though.
Yeah, we've you know, we're on the other side of that. I just really want to make you some real mac and cheese, Bama, because Velveeta is crazy. Okay, that is not real cheese, but you know, to each their own. Okay. Sheena says, I don't know how to play spades either, bro. We out here together. Yeah, I said it. Period. With your whole chest. And I love that for us, Sheena.
Y'all both from Cali.
And R. Okay?
You ain't have to. Nah, it's different. It's different out there.
It's big different. It's big different in a major way, cuz. In a major way. Okay? Period.
Okay, I don't think you would have made it through a New York junior high school.
That's all right. That's all right. Because, you know, the difference is everybody would have made it through the Cali high school. You feel me? Like,
this is true. This is true.
And I'm speaking to my Bay Area experience. So, okay, because they do things a little different in LA. You feel me? But we listen and we don't judge. Okay? It's a little different. It hits different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Chaos Comment says there's a trick taking games like spades called Fox in the Forest that you can play with two players. Okay, well, let us know then. Put us on.
I only know a handful of card games. I Declare War, spades. I know how to play Uno with a regular deck of cards. That was something. I forget what it's called. Crazy Eights.
Crazy Eights. Okay, that's special.
So Marcus is saying your mom is dope.
Period. And she is. One time for the one time. She a real one. Okay, yeah. Now people are understanding what we're going through.
No, it's when you were talking about dominoes.
Oh yeah. It's a thing. Okay, you got the juice now. Yeah, you know, it's some you take your wins and you take your losses. You know what I mean? I could mess with y'all with some dominoes, but with the spades, I'm gonna be quiet and I'm gonna go to the other room. That's it. Chaos and Comics says the only way to get better is to flip over the table and quit.
Period.
Okay, you know that's a take. That is a take.
Motion.
Dwayne said the pressure will make you better and stronger in spades. See, you know what? I'm already a diamond. I don't need any more pressure. It's fine. Y'all can play. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Y'all can play.
Oh my goodness.
Shy said space is like the glue.
Yes.
Pain to guide you. Agree to disagree.
Yes.
Oh, the shade. Cam says, when does the princess become a queen? Now, you know what? I'm gonna let you have that because that was smooth. But just know I'm on my queen team and other things, and I'm happy with that. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? Until it's influencing my health or my bag, I'm not that pressed to learn how to play spades. I feel like it's past my time. Just like y'all, take this how you want. I never learned how to like French braid or whatever, and I've just accepted that it's past my time. If you didn't pick it up by a certain time, it's like, yeah, it's fine. I got people for that. I'm just
I was gonna judge you real quick, but I was like, nah, if you got the money to like have somebody else do it, go off.
Listen, the way when y'all see me with the braids, just know I went to visit my cousin and she held it down. That's all. That's it. I don't gotta learn how to do all of that. We figure it out. You feel me? And then otherwise just with the curls for the girls. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have to do that.
I learned how to do it all. I love watching people get their hair done. So like I learned through that. So I know how to braid, cornrow, anything with hair. I know how to do. Like,
see, I feel like a lot of people, you either picked it up or you didn't. And after a certain point, it's like you just gotta go get it done if you're trying to get that style. You know what I'm saying? Wait, Days of Our Lives was 100% one of the stories because they were. Nobody ever called them soap operas. Everybody called them stories.
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 And they got the new stories. That's all black cast. Have you heard of it?
Okay. No, see.
Yeah, it just came out like in the last like month or two. It's an all black soap opera and it's doing like big numbers. And I'm like, see, y'all know who's watching this.
Yeah, you already know. But no, that I haven't watched the stories since. Okay, y'all. My grandmother was my favorite person in the whole wide world. And she passed away like 3 days after my son was born. So I have been without my favorite lady for a hot minute. And I haven't watched any of the stories since she was gone. Because I'm just like, I don't know if I could make it. I'm trying to watch the stories now.
Thank you, Bama. It's called Beyond the Gates.
Okay.
And Rachel said it's not bad.
Okay, apparently somebody's still watching these daytime soaps, Sir Cam. Sheena said when Marlena was possessed on Days of Our Lives was top tier. Oh my god. The way that
I don't even remember. I don't remember storylines, but like
somebody loved her down because the fact that you still know the names and stuff, that means you spent some quality time with me, mom. Okay.
Right.
Quality time.
I don't remember names. All I remember is like they'll have the same person playing like 5 different characters.
Dwayne said it's a while that I watched Days of Our Lives now with my mom. I love that, Dwayne. You just got so much points in my book. That's adorable. Bama said, "Hey, all my children and one life to live." Yes, was my jam. Period.
Yes.
Okay, and
I love they are so. Oh yeah, for Betamax.
Okay,
like,
and Sir
they were so creative.
Like a VHS, but it wasn't a VHS. It was a Betamax. Okay, so I'm not crazy for not knowing this.
No, it was before.
Okay,
before us.
So now I'm just like, hey, yo, like, how did I? It must have been very brief because ain't no way I just completely skipped you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Laser disc, baby. Okay, so y'all got jokes. Okay, I was around for VHSs now. Because I wore the mess out of my Toy Story VHS. Like, actually, we had to get a new VCR because Toy Story got stuck in there. Because that's how much wearing it out.
Nothing was better than the Nickelodeon orange VHS. That made me feel
VHS.
I felt so good. You couldn't tell me shit. I was like, oh,
the Nickelodeon orange ones and the Goosebumps ones was lime green.
Yes.
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 Yes. Okay? Run
Couldn't
it
tell me
back.
nothing. They are so good. I
Yes.
felt
Not a thing. You were like on it too. The Rugrats joint, play with me if you want to. We were on it. I love y'all were coming to my defense about this Betamax situation. She means was it a tape? Yes, that is exactly what I meant. It was like a superior to VHS, but VHS was cheaper. Really? Okay, so Betamax was to VHS what Blu-ray is to DVD. Is that what y'all telling me?
oh, that's
So
an
I was just,
analogy I
it
don't
wasn't that I missed it, I
understand.
was just broke. That's what y'all saying. Cause
Basically.
I've never heard of that. Okay, Rachel said beta tapes. This is crazy. Tell me something. Oh no, not y'all probably grew up with two parents shaking my head. Yes, 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 I did. Okay,
Damn,
dang.
you said that like a slur.
Right. That's why I'm like, that hit me in my chest. Okay, my bad.
Parents had a real good marriage. Like, okay, damn.
Yeah, you know, not Clarence. They just their camp does 8 milers. That's crazy work. That is crazy work. Okay,
Okay.
Shy said, I can cook everything well, but it's exhausting as hell. Okay, flex
It
one
is.
time. Shy, we
It
coming to your
is.
house. Okay.
I made Betamax was strictly Sony and had less runtime capability on a single cassette. Okay.
Okay. I'm dropping facts, Cali Comics. We love
Right?
to see it.
Right?
Shy said, so we divide the dishes between us for big soul food dinners. I'm one of 6 kids. Okay, so yeah.
See, that's
I know
dope.
you
That's
had to hold your own. Like it got to the point where by the time I was able to make all of Thanksgiving, all of the dishes, like the traditional dishes by myself, my mom was like, bet I'm retired. I was like, wait, what?
mm. See,
But
my side of the
actually,
family never cooked anything for that. Like we did the turkey, but my dad would like fry it outside, on the little thing.
oh,
He would
that's a
just
whole
fry
nother
it.
level of skill right there.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then my mom would make like a side dish, but that's literally it. The rest of it would be like my grandmother and that side of the family. They would
Mm.
make for like 100 people. And
That's
when
a big
that's yeah.
Thanksgiving. I love that though. Like, yeah, ours was never that big. It's pretty hefty, but it was never that big. Sheena said vegan cheese is the worst. I'd rather have my ass beat. Facts.
Yep.
Actual facts.
Yep. There's nothing about it that they can make it taste good. It's trash.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I was making fun of me making faces at the vegan food, but I'm sorry, Keisha. I love you. Rachel said there's some pretty good vegan parmesan for putting on top. I will take your word for it.
Probably, yeah. It's that shredded cheddar, or
Mm.
like there's a restaurant where they have a vegan pizza, and even
Oh
the
no,
waiters were like, "Look, don't, don't, don't do this to
don't
yourself."
play yourself. I don't even like
Yeah,
real shredded cheese because they put all that shit on it. You have to like buy the block of cheese and
exactly.
shred it yourself. It's crazy work.
You got
Hey,
it. Yep.
Sarah, happy Juneteenth. Okay, Bama said
Ajira.
toast with no meat. Yeah.
Yeah,
Let us.
I would come home after school and eat a full loaf, like just pop the toast in, smother some butter on it, just the essence of jelly, and that would be it. And I just like keep eating it like that.
Come on, the essence of that's crazy work. Bama said you
I
probably
don't like
would have survived in Southern high school. Wait, which she? Because
yeah.
I was in high school in Texas, so I like to say I got the best of both worlds. Your girl grew up a Cali girl and then got some of that little Southern swag to it. You feel me? So I feel like I could.
Oh, I probably wouldn't have survived in a Southern high school. But then again, I was from New York, so I don't know.
I love how
Maybe.
her accent gets thicker when she says New York.
I have to because not a lot of people know I'm from New York, and I guess it doesn't come across in the way I act. I've been told this multiple times, and I get slightly offended by it
We've noticed.
until yeah, until like I'm angry
Yeah.
or I'm explicitly talking about New York because I have to let people, yo, This is where I'm from. Leave me alone.
Hell
I don't
bit.
even. Oh, Paul. You know what, bitch? Period.
But I see
Period. All
though.
right.
Okay. Sir Cam said, I learned how to French braid on my sister's Barbies. Love that for you. Yes.
Right.
Thank you, Shy. A comic book queen. I wear my crown where I've earned them, and that's enough for me. Okay. I don't have to front like I'm the queen of everything. Love that. One time. You know what? And Sheena had my back. Period. Period. Some of y'all love me like you say you do. The rest of y'all, not too sure. It's shaky right now. Shy said, I taught myself
That's
how to
why I
swim
learned.
despite beefing with my
That's
stylist in
why I
high
learned.
school. Oh
Yeah. I used to be fly. Like I had all the braided hairstyles and everything. And then I wasn't getting that anymore. So I was like, all right, let me figure this out because I need to look fly.
no.
I
My
need to
mom
look
was
fly.
always a nice braider. When Alicia Keys got popping and had the
Yep.
crazy braids with the beads at the end, I never was a New York girly, but I had them braids. I tell you that. Had them braids. You feel me?
I'm proud that I can do that for my kids now. So like they walk out the house like fly as hell. I'm like, oh,
see,
mom did that.
And like my dude, he has like the ill curly fro, so he usually rocks that. He liked braids for a hot second, but he doesn't like the tightness, the tension, or the like feel things. Like, oh gosh, you guys. So I'm putting his business out there, but my dude had the fresh braids for our cruise. Okay. He said the back parts were itching and that he wanted to get them rebraided. So I was like, all right, I made your appointment for this day. We're going to go see cousin Monica. She's going to do both of our hair, right? So we go and she comes to me and she's like, did he get an undercut? And I was like, nah, he still has the braids that you braided his hair. She's like holding up coils of hair that came out when she tried to take his braids down. My guy got scissors and cut the hair between his scalp and the braid because it was itching all the way up to like right here. So it looks like he got a crooked undercut. And that's what it's like when you're awesomely autistic and you have a different understanding of things, because in his mind, he didn't cut the braids, so he was good. But I'm like, nah, dude, you have a whole lopsided undercut now because you decided you were going to cut your braids from your scalp.
Kai's in the chats, and Kai says my dude made the right choice for him.
Period. See, Kai said, always passions. Teresa was wild. Teresa is Kai's mom, and apparently she had her watching the stories too. Come on, Laserdisc. Y'all are hilarious. Shy said, don't feel bad. I don't remember Betamax at all, and I'm older than both of you. I love the way you just spelled it. Okay, yes. VHS tapes were a time and a half. Okay, we're giving people nostalgia.
I'm scared to ask how old people think we are.
Right? Like,
yeah, I'm not gonna.
Wait, should I take that as a compliment or no? Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna choose to take it as a compliment, but
I'm gonna take it as a compliment.
There you go. Yes, we are still here. Normally we're off by this time, but we've been keeping y'all. Okay.
Yeah, it's Juneteenth. Why not?
Right. It's a celebration. Shy said, Ayo, that's real. My grandma handed it over to us. It skipped a generation because my mom never actually cooked, just pulled up with a few pies looking cute. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with
that. That is my mama.
Period.
There was this one Thanksgiving.
Okay.
My mom is stacked. And she Thanksgiving, she showed up, but like huh?
It wasn't no way she wasn't.
Yeah. And she showed up to Thanksgiving with like this very form-fitting gray dress at my grandmother's house. And that's her mom-in-law. And my grandmother was side-eyeing her the whole time because all you saw was don't. And she walked up and down. Yeah, she brought a little side dish and just
Come on, little
cute
side dish.
side little side dish and was just looking cute for the rest of the time. Like,
Period.
yeah.
I brought some soda and some cups.
Period.
That's all right. Know your limits. Okay, I love that y'all really just went off in the comments about Keisha being from New York. Bing bong.
Bing bong. That's not even from like when I was in New York. Like
There you go.
right now, bing bong.
Okay, Ajira said, let's get it back to comics a little bit. Ajira said, y'all need to read all the Ironheart comic books before this show comes or a specific one. This is an
No, you
excellent
don't.
question. I feel like you don't have to read any of the books to enjoy the show.
Yeah.
However, you will have a better understanding and perspective, I
Yeah.
feel, if you at least read Dr. Eve L. Ewing's run of Ironheart.
I was just gonna say that. Yeah, like you'd get a better understanding of Natalie. I mean, they'll probably explain it anyway in the show, but like as always, there's gonna be more context that you see in the comics. But yeah, like you could go without the Bendis run. Definitely read uh Eve Ewing's run of Ironheart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you
You
just
can even
really
just do
want something
volume 1.
excellent to read, if you really just want something excellent to read, you could read John Jennings' recent one shot because that was fire too. Will that give you
Yeah.
context for the show? No, but it was a really good time, and we want people to buy that book. So go ahead and cop that.
Yeah.
Kai said, I'm not sure that's referring to. Kai said braids hurt. Y'all, the way that I've been rocking with Kai since 2020, and she messed around and got braids and was like, y'all didn't tell me that they were going to hurt like this. And I just literally, the way that we were all conditioned that, the first couple days of your braids are going to be tight and tender. So you got to let them just live before you try to pull them up in a ponytail or anything like that. I don't know how she didn't have that like ingrained understanding, and I felt so bad because she went and got her braids and took them down like the next day because she was like, no, I'm not waiting.
She
I
had
thought
she had the
for
experience.
vacation, and I was like, oh my gosh. But yeah, that's fair. And Kai supported Christopher's decision to cut the back of his hair off. So we're just struggling through this together now. Yeah. And Rachel agreed. And apparently Ajira
Yeah.
did too. And all y'all ain't shit. That's
Yeah.
fine.
All the neurodivergent folks was like, yeah, that makes
Yeah, that
complete
makes
sense.
total sense to me. Yeah, just cut your hair off that you've been refusing to get cut and have said you want to keep growing long. Yeah, for no reason. Let's do it. Okay. Shy said take the compliment, and I will. Because have y'all seen Shy? Period.
Shy is stunning. You know
Right.
what?
Okay.
Shy
I will take
sent
that compliment from her.
right. I think it's Shy. She sent me this video, or maybe I sent I
Shy said
sent something to
that
her,
thing was
and Shy
singing
was
and
like,
she
"I'm
pressed on.
jealous."
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, "Girl, neither one of us needs to be jealous of this man with
Mm.
thickness on the
Mm.
internet. Neither one of us. We're good. We're good."
Listen. Okay, that's fair. Kai said it had been 25 years since she had had braids. I feel like it's just one of those things you just understand, like they're not going to feel great those first couple days. So
That's
don't
what
whip
I
them.
learned.
Yeah, it's a lot. But I will
Learn like
say, I also was kind of spoiled to this because my cousin who does do my braids has like the lightest touch ever. So I didn't have to deal with the tightness. My mom doing my hair when I was little, I would like leave with like you would have like the little bumps from it being too tight in
yeah.
the back, and I would be looking tight by the eyes because the braids were so tight. But I get it because she had
Oh.
a lot of hair to do my hair and my sister's hair, and she was like, "Oh, it's gonna be tight because it's gonna last this week until next week when we have to redo it again." Because yeah. Let's see. Shai said, I actually would like to know the perfect issue to read. Yeah.
I would honestly just do that first volume because it's a different it's a different villain
Yeah.
that you're not really gonna see in any of the other Ironheart issues, I don't think. So
Mm-mm.
it's a different villain, so you don't quite need that. It's and if they stay true to Ironheart
They're
and
not.
just like yeah, I
We
feel
already
like
know
it's just
that's
gonna
the
be
thing. We
something that
already
yeah,
I think it's
yeah,
important to know so you can talk about it from a place of like having clarity about the
yeah,
canon, like what her origins are in the books versus what they're going to look like in the show. Because I feel like they're definitely going to take some liberties. Because looking at that second trailer and the stuff that they've been showing lately, it's very much giving she's going to have tech, but it's also going to have magic related to it because we've seen a lot of the symbols that we've seen with like Doctor Strange coming
mm,
up from her current suit. So I already know they're like adding
and
this
that's
magical
completely
element.
different.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that's not in any of the comics. So
yeah,
we already know
yeah,
they're taking liberties. I am hella excited about the potential for that because that's very much giving Riri is on some whole other level of intellect where she's able to take the tech that she was able to develop with we don't know if they're going to give her the same, she so in the comics she has support from a Tony Stark AI to develop
yeah,
her tech. In the movies she doesn't have that same tie in the same way, but there is
yeah,
proof that she like sourced some schematics to like help her design she was already making. So it's more of her like doing this on her own merit in the show, and then she got to intern with Shuri and the homies in Wakanda and like further develop her tech that way. I love that. 100% love
yeah,
that. And then in this new show, it's clear that she's incorporating some elements of magic in there too, because like I said, we see the same symbols in her schematics and then popping up um, for her suit in the preview, that same Doctor Strange symbols with
yeah,
her. So it's like, okay, so she's figured out a way to do a cross of both, which could mean like a whole bunch of random shit. Because if she has her suit and she's also able to like have rings built into the suit and open a portal and do all of that type of shit with her suit, like that's a whole different ball of wax if we're being honest. You know what I'm saying? Cuz like come on.
yeah.
So I'm here for that. I'm waiting to see how
Imma
that.
watch it.
Yeah, yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
I'm gonna watch it literally no matter what.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, I haven't watched the second trailer yet because I already know it's gonna be something completely different from the comics, and
Mhm.
like I said, at this point, I really like the second trailer could have been Riri going grocery shopping. I don't care, I'm still gonna watch it. I'm still, like
100%, yeah.
like,
I
I
only
think
seen clips of it because we were both
mhm,
gonna wait to watch the second trailer with you guys.
this is true. Yeah, yeah.
But the clips that I seen was like people had zoomed in and you can
Mhm.
see the like
All the schematics and stuff.
yeah, yeah, with
That's dope.
magic stuff in it. So I was just like, "Hey, yo, like that's gonna go crazy and I'm here for it."
Yeah. I
Um,
think the only my issue that I'm seeing right now, and I think I've only seen it with like one show out there,
mhm.
is the way I don't mind criticism of, you know, of shows, of black shows. I do feel like we need to be careful about criticizing things right before it comes out or like,
Yeah,
having
yeah,
people turn away from it.
yeah.
But like I somebody sent me this clip of people talking about Ironheart and like they were like in this heated argument because apparently she doesn't have a clean suit or like she doesn't have the new suit that you see in like the
Oh,
in
okay. I've
yeah
seen this video and I
yeah
seen
I'm
it get
like
dragged for filth because if you like, the crazy part about this is that you don't even have to have read the comics to know that her first versions of the suit is a bulkier
They're
kind of
big, yeah.
suit, because she
And she
had to
goes through a few of them.
she had to use the resources that she had, which were very limited, to, like, we seen in the movie that she was like hustling people
Mhm.
to like do their work, having people pay her to do their projects or write their papers for them. So that lets you know right there she was hustling trying to get money because she didn't have it. So she
Yeah,
literally was like making a suit out of a hodgepodge of shit that she could come up with. That suit was hella
exactly.
bulky. The next version of it was less bulky, and this
Yeah,
new version of it is how it's come to be from the next iteration after getting support from Wakanda. So it wouldn't make sense for her to have a sleek, adorable pink suit this early on in what she's doing. Like, she's still
'cause
very
she's
much
still
developed.
strapped for money. She's still
Yeah.
strapped that's actually, like, the premise of this show, right? Is the fact that she is
Yeah.
strapped for money. So, like,
Yeah.
why are we
She's
thinking that she's gonna have, like, this yeah, she's not Tony
yeah.
Stark, so, like, seeing that just bothered the snot out of me. I was like, "Come on, like, we're
And
le
instead of
let's not."
just taking the L and being like, "Oh, yeah, you're right," because that person was getting upset because another creator reposted them and was like, "Just say you don't read the comics." And I get where they were coming from, but it's like, damn, you didn't even have to read the comics to know that that was a crazy take, because they showed it in the previous movies that she had a bigger
Yeah.
suit then, and it's getting progressively more slim and sleek. So, yeah,
I feel like
that is a
it's a
prime
weird
example of why we don't argue with incels on the internet.
'cause that's exactly the energy that it gave off, and I was
Yes.
very disappointed of the one Black woman in that room. I was like,
Ugh.
"You could have" yeah, something could have been said. Like, of all things to get angry with, come on, it's, like, one of the few Black-led shows that Marvel is giving us.
Yeah, don't pick it
Let's
apart
support
before it has the chance to be great.
right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Like, even
100%.
me, I have some things, like, I'm a little, you know, concerned about how it's gonna do, but I will not be saying it. All I'm saying like, we have to support it. We have
It's
to
also
support
very
it.
much like, how is anybody judging it before you've even seen it? Like, it could be any
Exactly.
number. So, yeah, that's where we're at
You
with
can
that.
have your
So,
concerns,
this is
but
our
watch
friendly
it.
reminder. Set your reminders,
Yes,
guys,
yes.
so that way you can watch it on drop day. And if you can't watch it on drop day, just turn it on your device and let it play on drop day. So
Play
that
it.
way we can
Right.
get another season, because they do not give us the wiggle room for the show to have, peaks and valleys of view times. They're pretty much
Yeah.
like, yeah, if it's not shown, if there isn't clear interest out the gate, we're not investing any more money in it, which is ridiculous.
Which is
But
wild because they have money, but
yeah,
Marvel will shut some shit down very quickly.
yeah,
So we gotta watch it. And this is the perfect segue. Next week, we're gonna have Dr. Christian Hines, who is a
yep.
professor and a cosplayer. You guys know her as at Hines.solo on
Period.
Instagram and threads. Like, she's gonna be with us. Then next week, we're gonna be talking about those first few issues of Ironheart. So just letting y'all know, next week is gonna be spoiler filled.
First
Watch it.
episode of Ironheart.
We are gonna be talking spoilers. Y'all need to go watch it. Y'all
Yeah.
need to go watch
So
it.
by the time that show happens, it will be Thursday, okay? And
Mhm.
the first 3 episodes drop that Tuesday. We're going to give the disclaimer that we're chatting spoilers, and just know we won't drop clips that have spoilers on our pages, because we do want everyone to enjoy it in
Yeah,
their time. But we will be talking spoilers on the show that Thursday. So wouldn't it just
we
be
will.
awesome for you guys to be in community with us and watch it on drop day or the following day? So that way you can key with us that Thursday from a place of, oh, I watched the first 3 episodes, like, not to, like,
Sheena
give
said, "Y'all
y'all
got homework."
yeah, I
Absolutely.
mean, I don't like to call it homework, it's just kinda like you get to experience the thrill of it in real time on drop day because y'all know the way that people have been shading the show before it could even start. The spoilers are about to abound on social media. Cause you
No,
know
y'all do well with light threats. Y'all
people
have
love
homework.
watch your first 3
Watch
episodes.
it.
Watch it.
Watch it. Y'all do really nice with threats, so that's what we're gonna
Yeah.
do. Positive reinforcement, apparently.
Gosh.
Uh, Lars plays games over on Instagram. Said, "I love the change between the comic and the movie so much." Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
See,
I'm interested in seeing how it's gonna play out.
it's
I'm
letting her
getting over
exist
my
on her own
feelings.
merit. You know what? And
Yeah,
I love that Larissa said that just now too, because that right there kills the argument of people being like, oh, she's taking over for Iron Man. Da, 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 da. She has nothing to do with Iron Man in the MCU. It's not a passing of the mantle. It's not a separate. It's not the same thing at all. She has her own identity in the MCU.
yeah, yeah.
So, like, this whole argument of she's taking his spot, no. And it's also like, if Iron Man is co-signing the show, RDJ is co-signing the show, then what is
The
your
fact that
problem?
that was even necessary is an issue.
Right. It's
It's
crazy
a
to me.
whole issue.
Absolutely
That
crazy.
I didn't like that, and I didn't like how people hype that up, like, I understand why, but systemically, I have a whole issue with that, like, that should have never have been necessary,
Because they're reaching. They are reaching.
period.
That's all it is. They're reaching.
Yeah,
But we're not gonna allow that to deter us. We are going to enjoy
absolutely not.
the show on drop day so we can kiki about it that Thursday, okay?
With
And
spoilers, watch it.
I'm trying to say it nicely, and Keisha's like, nah.
Nah, watch it,
We would love for
'cause I
y'all to
wanna
pull up and be able to partake in the spoilerful conversation with no
yes,
reservations because you are all caught
'cause
up.
y'all don't understand, we're bringing Dr. Christian Hines is so dope, so brilliant. She is a professor of Black comic studies, and she's been like you, Dwayne. She's been reading all Riri's work for like the last couple weeks to be ready for it. So I'm excited for this conversation that we're gonna have. This is gonna be so fun, so fun. Yes. Sorry. Just so
No,
I'm not holding back. Y'all need to be prepared, okay? Have your notes,
yeah.
have questions that you may have. Come prepared with your Cornell notes. If you don't know what that is,
Listen, we're not got
DM.
we're not about to do this, Keisha. You're taking it to the ninth. I'm not bringing any notes. I'm watching the show and I'm coming with the vibes. Okay, guys? If you feel so led to take notes or compile questions that you would like to ask us during the chat, we would love that. But by no means, we're just saying be prepared for the spoilers on Thursday because we're not holding back on Thursday. We're having a full spoiler full conversation. Okay.
Y'all heard me.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh gosh. Dwayne said they are treating it like they did with Echo. Listen, the
Yeah.
way that y'all disrespected that show so badly, I will
I liked
say
it.
I liked it. What I liked, I'm not gonna hold you. I went in a little biased because y'all know that I will tussle over Rebecca Roanhorse because
Yeah.
that's been my girl since day one. Love her down, okay? And y'all
Yeah.
love to talk about, oh, support Black creators, da, 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 da. She's Black and Indigenous. So where was that energy when Echo was out? Because she was writing on that. and she knew
Oh,
the
she was
source.
writing on the show?
Yes, and she knew the
I
source
didn't know she
material
was writing on the
because she wrote
show.
on the book.
She wrote it.
Both of
Yeah.
them. Both
I
of
didn't
them.
know that she was writing for the show. Like, her
Yes,
comic was great. Her comic
both
was the
of
reason
them.
why I picked up the rest of her work, because that
Both
comic
of 'em.
was great. That's what's up.
Yes.
That's what's up.
So it's like,
That
nah,
is
I
awesome.
went in fully biased because we rocks with Rebecca Roanhorse. One
Yeah,
of my
if
one of my favorite novel series is the Between
yeah,
Earth and Sky series. And
yeah.
she ate that
Y'all need
up.
to read that.
She ate that
That's a
up.
phenomenal series.
Okay?
I inhaled that series, and I
Listen.
usually don't.
She
That
ate
was a
that
great
up.
series.
So when I heard that she was crossing over, I collected every single variant of that Echo comic that she worked on. And then when I
Oh,
found
that's
out
what's
she
up.
was, yes, when I found out she was rock, matter of fact, I'm gonna have to dig them up so we can share that
Do
on the page.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I only have the trade paperback. Like,
Nah.
that story is so good.
I collected every variant of that because I was like, we supporting Rebecca Roanhorse in anything that she touched because she ate that
Yeah.
up. Okay.
Yeah.
I would have loved to see them put a little more effort and budget into that show, but the story was solid.
It
So it's
was.
just like, but that's why I understand this comment. They're treating it like they did with Echo. People didn't give Echo a chance. Hell, Disney didn't give Echo a chance. You know what I'm saying? Like
Which is
they're
crazy because,
absolutely crazy.
uh, yeah, because I love Vincent D'Onofrio ever since Law and Order: Criminal Minds or Criminal Intent. I've always loved him, and so him being,
Oh yeah.
dang it,
Kingpin.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely phenomenal,
Yeah.
phenomenal acting. I'm surprised people, because I wasn't really looking at how the people were taking it, but I'm surprised people didn't give it a chance. It was a
Yeah.
great show,
People actually
but
did not give it a chance and then were shading the hell out of it. There was, I will say, like, it, I feel like this happens anytime that Marvel does a series or a show and it doesn't show up like the typical hero show because they lean into different aspects of the character's life to like personalize them more before they jump into the hero aspect of it. So I feel like this has held true with Miss Marvel, with Moon Knight, and
oh, so when we
also,
humanize them,
yeah.
they
To
said
me,
dribble the ball.
that makes them a stronger character all the way around. So whether you're into hero stuff or not, you can appreciate the character for what they
Yeah.
are. That makes the
Mhm.
most sense to me. But the typical like MCU fan is expecting it to be like comic canon and immediately jump to what they're used to seeing. These are I like to call them Avengers purists because they expect it to show like those when in all actuality those are like the least interesting of those movies to me.
But I find that interesting because when you go back to, like, I forget which age this is, but Golden Age, Silver Age,
Yeah.
when you go back to these comics, there's actually, like, a lot more language, like, there's a lot more storytelling in it. The
Oh,
the
these people don't read comics.
vocabulary, this is
Let's
true.
clarify
But I
that
was
the
saying, like,
majority of
if we're gonna
people,
compare it to, like, the comics, I'm like, "Yo, you're being weird right now," because
yeah,
even the vocabulary that's used in older ages, like, it's more dense. It's it requires more.
yeah,
So, why are we complaining about characterization here? But
yeah,
you're right, the people who are complaining don't read comics, and they're only doing it because people of color.
yeah,
So,
100%. You know what's so funny? Us having this conversation made me go, you know what pop I don't have? Echo.
yeah.
I was like, oh
I
shoot.
just Speaking
Rectify
of
that.
pop, I just got all 4 of the Abbott Elementary ones.
Oh, that's so cute. Wait, I
Yeah.
want to see the Quinta pop because I just know it's adorable.
So they're up there.
I
Hold
know
on.
you're
I
not
mean,
pointing at it. Okay, turn your camera off
hold
and
on.
go walk.
Yep.
The way that the way that she was trying to scoot across the room earlier, I was cracking up in my heart because what? Okay, Dwayne said, "I'm taking notes for sure." Okay, you know what? A for you, 2 for you, Glen Coco. You go, Glen Coco.
Okay.
Bama said,
So I
"Silver and
have them.
bronze stage." Shy's laughing at you. Hey, room full of blerds. What up, Lady
What's up?
Mandalore?
What's up? What's up?
We were just talking about
Okay.
you earlier. We're gonna definitely have to have you on the show once we talk about the
Black
completed run
Panther.
of Marvel Knights, this new Black Panther issue. We're both going to read the original Priest run and then have read all of the current run and have a key about it on the show. And one of the viewers mentioned that we should invite you, and we 100% agree because we love to kick it with you and Navy on the regular.
Facts. Facts. Okay, real quick, because I know we gotta
Hello.
be mindful of the time, right? So this is Miss P.
Oh, with the little pattern skirt. That's adorable.
Okay. Then we have Gregory.
Oh my gosh. I love it. Come through waves, period.
Right, right. Barbara.
Yes, Barbara. Oh, I love her down. She's one of my
Right.
favorites.
And then our principal, which I think they did a very
Oh yeah, to me she looks the most accurate. That
yeah.
Ava. That's period. That's cute.
Ava Coleman.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got all 4 of them, and a part of me was like, should I take them out of the box? Should I leave them there? So I got the boxes still. It's one of the few that I still have the boxes for, like just in case. But yeah, this is the first time I've gotten the full set.
Okay, cute.
Yeah.
Yay, Lady Mandalore is down. Yes, that was Bama that recommended that. Yes, Abbott Pops for the win.
Yeah.
We love some good Black pop culture pops.
Hell yeah. Abbott
Period.
Elementary is my show. I love it so much.
Listen, the way that I was furious when it looked like they were getting rid of Ava, I was like, what are you doing? Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Because she's one of my favorite characters, but they fixed it.
I
I was
had to
like,
go. Yeah. I had to go
yeah,
hunt down episodes. Interviews, because I was like, this isn't real. Quentin wouldn't do this
right.
to us.
I'm like, wait, what? I know that's what I said. I was like, nah, I know Quinta ain't doing it like that. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. So yay, we had such a good time kikiing with y'all and celebrating Juneteenth together. We appreciate y'all anytime you pull up. It's a celebration every time we link up. You know how it is. Make sure that you like, share, follow, comment, subscribe, interact with all of our content on all US based platforms because we're trying to do it big. You feel me? We're trying to make big things happen, big things popping at all times. So, tell a friend
And
to
since
tell
it's
a friend to pull up.
and since it's Juneteenth, y'all could sign up for Patreon. You can do it
Yeah.
for free. You could be kind and send us a donation. I don't know, but Juneteenth. Help a Black business.
Yes. So make
Support
sure
Black
you
businesses.
pull up to the Patreon because these comics and these cons ain't gonna pay for themselves. We're trying to get this money, y'all, so we can keep this thing popping and rolling and shaking and moving. And we love all of our Patreon subscribers. One time for y'all. We really appreciate y'all pouring into us. And just so that you know, we have a free tier that's like we just pull up to support with the vibes. But we also have some different level money tiers. So you could drop us a little change, let us hold $1, or it goes all the way up to higher tiers. The higher the tier, the more the perks, the more the insights. we just had one of our first meetings where our highest tier subscribers got to sit in our meeting and hear some of the chaos and contribute to all of the vibes, which was such a good time.
And gave us gave us such amazing ideas.
Excellent ideas. And so we love to have it be community based. So we just want to keep that same energy going. If you had a great time today and you're not ready for the time to end, you could always run it back, scroll down a smidge, and check out some of our previous live videos, you know. And even if you're not going to watch it, maybe like let it play in the background, because, you know, we could use the views or whatever. But we appreciate you guys. And either way, we'll see y'all at the same damn place at the same damn time, because we don't take no weeks off. Thursday nights, 5 p.m. PT, 8 p.m. ET. We love to see it, and we'll see y'all then. Holler. Love you. Bye.
Later. I definitely found more. All right. How many variants are there?
11.
Damn. Go ahead. No.